Citizen TV, the citizen's power. 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 Citizen TV, the citizen's power.
Bill and ra obi the receipt send any water bill otua December otua 337, January now otua 600, the same volume of water ya o use you and yes and for commercial purposes and for commercial purposes. Okay, so 0302208090. Let's talk about the light bills and the water bills and whatever. Hello. Yes, sir.
Nana
Pacho Oma or feeding ma from Kakra because mommy feedback. Pacho Nana. Yenin komo.
Chairman.
Nana.
Me see if your compound house now a year 7 rooms. Could you believe you to light bill 200 Ghana? 200 Ghana and the chairman. You will see who one more in a pack near Quagima and you many other. You are my life of soyana. Said it no. Ubuntu also the 30 Ghana.
Why you so okay? A compound house.
Credit me Busuna. You use 200 Ghana. You do like a soyana, a better negative. Not just all the ECG 30 Ghana.
Yeah, then I do almost 50 Ghana.
Master, Obi mean that you free. Oko can almost date and time. You mean that you are doing free. You are complaining, chairman. This year there. Send Ghana and economy. You mean me equals rule, chairman. Me who said prepaid, you know. Oko to mum dia. Oh, your my lights off out the omoka. You saw ya out the omoka. I saw what the 50 Ghana and I saw sample to 250.
Hey.
Master, asama ye komu Ghana hanu enye nzo enti ti ese ski de bia sika wo ho hwe no man so aye master
Wow. Omudum light esope.
Na read negative. Complain it's a problem no around a block man up I wish you hope I come out a problem no. You can ma dey only on the date and time. And I go na you do light as well light as chairman. Now what the car. Chairman mo nyam bibi my wife.
Oh bibi dia menu nyina ye ni hu. Ye ni hu ya ye me ye dey. E kasa ya e dey be ka bi ya.
Chairman kwa yo nkofo edi e fa so dey nyi.
Dabi o ye dum wo light ya so no. Na o meter na reading negative.
Na read negative. Me say chairman obi dia kwa it me read negative 2,400. We want so much as a office wo. Na problem.
Oh.
I think we so FIFA and you call this one omo hwe omo niam ma omo mistake. As omo ti kofi ya ma. Chese ensem bunkwa masa.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Nana,
I mean, Emmanuel, I know quick cruises will be for light the prepared no a Janessa a Ocean boat no. Chese say kwa no. Joshua Nyamicha says they buy 450 Ghana cedis every month. Okay, so we have Blessed Sun 2 p.m. at Santimampon. And I say, hello.
Hello.
Yes, madam.
Uncle.
Yes, ma'am.
I have like us and the same kukua.
Kukua free.
The first free doing.
Okay, kukua.
From area.
Yending komo.
Now me say, ye 12 for yarifa, if we are yarifa. Ye 12 ho, or be a missy for from May up to now. You call her once in 3 months to spend only weekend. Me check your bill on my phone, so and the number 4,000.
Wow. Obi antifio.
Obi antifio. The sisu of your freezer back pet. Into me beside your calling to honor. No, I'm saying yamin. That's our problem. Yes.
So you see, na me catch you be say 15% no there. Omo gia you. Na approve akekera no omo hia. Because u tie binom bills are eba. Say enya sa won tiase.
You serious? Very serious.
But what omo office o?
Omo ye ba could be say a problem. My make call Dodowa branch. And if your my bill within 3 months, no my bill 8,000. And I make call her. No, I'm say a problem, a fault. No, no, me ba 2,000.
Just omato so.
That's a near to her. Into we had to pay. Into year 2 year, a semi kunu come home and a member and yaba pram ha, but me kunu because of management once a while or coffee. But he doesn't even sleep there. On your shoe or then I have between bills a family phone so because I postpaid.
Yeah.
Into me check a month or so and I'm a share bill I beba. Na kakra na measure beba nama. But I said yeah, until all that when you are married 500,000. 1,500. And I'm kind of me na ain't ya bill or beyond 50 or every time we check at the end of the month we are checking the increment. You cheer ya break into the kind of own two no job I can know because it's too much. One year one you may near or beyond 50 or bill the kwan or the money.
Okay.
Come for fault.
Anyway, okay, so you didn't come about water bill, light bills. We are sending me messages. I'll say, very true. Yesterday, my credit was 199 Ghana cedis. The lights went off. When power was restored, my prepaid read 154, which means about 40 Ghana cedis. Ateko. Yedum kania ni yeswa yenoso omotiye. Hey, mitimi fie menka se dum nkania udum nkania so a yen se yese metua dum so no yese metua dum so no eka se ekufo ado dum nkania aso nti yese otua. I see. Oh, sorry, we're free. So okay, so being Justice Commander, previously I was paying 60 Ghana cedis. Now I'm paying 1,400 in a betifico. Hello.
Yeah, mpacho akaya me na.
Mpacho ai.
Mpacho me di Philip. E kaza fe asiye.
Okay, Philip, yankasa.
Mpacho let ya same with the heading. It took one last November 29 me for attack or water region. Nti me buy no me let go off. Nti e wanna feel so. There ina you on the meter no e separate you be any meter nti. You say me ni like na feel so. I mean say like the prepared na answer. Nti I wanna be called toy. Me tell no e ka oso. Na like wa me call village no. Nti me tell na I can't just 153. And I'm because you are 180. Now, like up to now, let's number. We called last week. I went to my Yama, Mr. Mamba. Almost in that show.
I see.
Hello.
Me too, me follow.
Almost with me. We called last week, Friday. Almost to my Yama, Mr. Mamba. Almost with me. Me like was here. With them. Be all like me, Kwame, like.
I see. Also, what if
No, I see, I didn't see.
Okay, all right, Mate, me that's it. Okay, Yankodi and come on, F4. Hello?
Hello, good.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Commander Guam.
Yes, sir.
Where are we on God? Could you for the call?
Okay, your doctor for Yankasa.
Oh, Commander, I feel they said the why.
Mate.
You say but to say see a conference I can call. You know, you might do to most said the man I was Steady Montino, did a bump Mamo. Commander, yeah, some mechanism, baby, me Fuliga, with the mechanic, was me Mitano.
Also,
Commander, I will my
Tobo, hello, Tobo. Also, yeah, they.
But you me Fuliga, I'm aware because you did to it, but they say they are back at in the same in Brother. We Mitano, Mendica also. Discover card so and I made the we kind of say I like you. I almost say me need that answer to me call Kwasiman. On office no we be me call me to almost there 3 hours. I know we place at the man and in the buy. We never buy and I see we want to do our fly no on to me before I have the card and says I chose about this. It in 2 to 4 and international light and I'm no go back over almost there 1 week. Mako was there really 8 days. Almost from 1 mile. It was me there, command I mean a day. It was me, Zuliga, that all about the chain, I mean, almost true. The storm I tell you. Fire, it will be, I do want to say, yeah, in Tim Balance, but we'll be only a day. We need this kind of condition because you meet our floor. And the way they're coming in your mouth. Because no, I don't think I will make that. I mean, I don't think to and I'm kind of control. I don't command water bills, you know. You say water bills will be there while you can also buy it. But that man tries somebody, that man to go to that chain that a man tells you about the year. It's me traffic. I don't want him to go at that, and so I'm able to do it all that man to. That man to go around, a better assassin at that, the woman to the back.
Anyway, all right, okay, thank you. I want you to about for you illegal. All right, so Emmanuel, I'm not Kweku watching us live from Ododo constituency. We have Emmanuel electricity boss. I have a credit of 1,000 Ghana cedis on my meter, but the meter keeps on going on and off. Anyway, now Vivian upon us here. We have Edu Amankwa on our page. After someone says, "Kwabna, it is doom CSA bills." It's very true. When the light goes off, anytime it comes back, almost 50 Ghana cedis. Osman Hudu. Now we have such a sense here. The water in not the camo, but them they bring bills monthly. The last time I told the engineer at Tema Committee 1 that if they don't know and they bring a new water bill again, we will make them see something small like what happened in Etiwa. Okay, so this one is coming from such a sense. And I'm out for complaining. I don't know. Minim were experienced with light bills and water bills. Okay. Minim your experience with light bills, but people are complaining. Minim say CTV most munya the same complaints.
The same thing, Bobby. The same thing everywhere. I remember last time na me church member be kasa about light bill. Was in the end of crowd here and postpaid, prepaid. Na within be a best 1 month no. Otmito lights no credit no more than 200 and answer 500 Ghana crampo. Was it with the goose what said they say pam light no with the goose one answer with the goose one answer with the goose one answer.
But it seems like Obia and Fahon nobody is doing anything about it because unim me if you me yam shime ma emebuna wasi su no opeso no nkwa akotena
oni boafobia
light bill water bill bill and sanyema mienu wei eye enema efri nipa abrabo mu a unye nipa ema unye nipa bi
obeda abobra no
say how can you sleep without light
and I say obeda kra sorry anopa abakrom without water. It's not possible.
Anyway, hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
You're from Big Joe.
Big Joe, Pacho. More video don't come from my wife, Pacho. Yeah, hello? Yeah, Big Joe. Yankasa.
Library na water bill in the day. In fact, they come here. Pa. Na uko complain was a leakage. You only could give us a one bar, one cashing there. Na to say, make us say, I've got to do. Na I said to call now my first crying there. And only a program be about Sakoko project. What coffee would the one I don't know. And I'm afraid I'll be an IT. No, I say off air. Or the number from off air now. Make a security bear woman. Okay. I was a security man.
Okay.
Na your border town war Cote d'Ivoire ainadi. Na kwa announce ma kokoo no eba no. Na me pese
Martin.
Na cheche no na ochire no oba. Wotini akama.
Martin, mama me producer Afro.
Okay, Martin.
Okay, me that's it. Now Uncle Benjamin says, Commander, I'm staying with my girlfriend. We are only 2 in the room, but we buy prepaid 50 Ghana cedis every 3 days. Baba Rufai says, Commander, I'm watching you live from Hanover, Germany. Jakpasu Ese Tema New Town for the past 2 weeks in so inflow. All right, so we have another tester here, but back to the studios. Many if you Brempoma Kai News CTV, yeah, TV station, your sister station. So we are in the same building. But let's come back. If you water bill and now we in the water bill betray me. December we 337 Ghana cedis.
It's possible.
January na the same volume of water you use the person is paying 600.
It's possible.
Really?
It's possible. Now Commander She me huna die bi saa nea ekoso nyina no nsuo na ebugu a water Ghana water for eyi wo moni baby amete right now.
Yeah.
Baby amete sisi omude omale pipe no ama na baby a pipe no fire no dua bia besi so am say dua na nyini dua na nyini na ne hini ni mia
pipeline
nti ama pipe na pai ena ntam hofo ankasa ene say abura na omanyan ena omotu dua na se ena omde cement
ayem
ne nsuo ni bugum ena omonsa now it's not like say womon kanche Ghana waterfall me ankasa makoho ama lady ba kwa ka hye me say Ghana waterfall ka betwa mu mo ka kire omo say ensuo sei ni sei no sei na asai nti ke be ya nkomo ma mehwe ema omo si baaye omo si ba be ka mo say nkrofo na ete ba bia ensuo na pai no omo mom na ntwadua no Omu tretres kan ko pe. Doma machine.
E me
Ni me twadua no omu tutu dua ni hini ansa na o maba abe fix problem no. Ye de we bu man.
Wow. Meba, hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Medindi Agaza one, Makasavi Tuazako.
Okay. Agaza and Kaza.
Pacho Nana T Mamika Sambu, sa light problem wino, a high now.
Light bills
no compact house be. Compact house now we want every month be a top prepaid. But this time the month no end so na prepaid nasa. Omo light off. Now mo sope na e prepaid no. Agribia abafom. Nti sisi a prepaid no sa. Sisi a mini we kasa sisi a ka amudi ka abatu we no su sisi a mini wa ye kasa ka na amudi batu so no. Yempe yendika wo mita no so but say omutwi u prepaid ni sa na asa na amudi ka abatu mita no so amount. Nti se uko office wa na omumfi wo uko office wa omumfi mini wo kasa sisi bra lakeside ECG office never share nkrofo omugu ho sisi a ya complain sa obi enfie sa kana ebeda mita no so no every hifa because me aware say mita ni media mita ni obi vuro dia mita no ye ndika wo so every month dia ye tua but so omutwi ye de na ye to no ye de na ye to kra no omutwi sa na asa na omudika abetu so up to now me ni ye kasa de dia miti sisi because of a car winti obi ajan ni mita wo ho on use mita no biom just imagine nana Ghana ECG for omu kuye
anyway
omu kashi inchire yesre omu nana.
Okay, all right. So Jacob, K Tekute says all this light and water issues, no, it's just about leadership. That's all. All right, Dexon Dagadu says, Commander, please, I have issues with someone and I want to report the case to the police. And I want to report the case to the police. The only thing the police officer told me is that I should go to my hometown and do farming. I see. Anyway, I'm say a more of a private matter than what is related to what we are discussing. Shaibu Muhammad says, Commander, what is more annoying about this water issue is the bills. The water is not coming. It's not flowing. Yet they will bring you bills that, I mean, it doesn't make sense. But if you are maybe a problem, Kakra, with these issues, because I wish somebody can talk about this matter. Politicians should discuss this matter. Say, water, because water bill, like, a continuous say, yeah, a bedroom baby, Ghana ni, no, obey illegal.
Na say illegal na ekoso na dey.
Me chese bedroom baby, e betia ka the whole Ghana because enye easy o. Obi ya adwuma or any just 500 Ghana cedis.
Obede tua water bill, obede tua light bill.
No, at all like 200, 300 Ghana at the end of the month.
Ebi kura brosa. Ebi brosa 200 and 300 now wo kan ho ase.
It doesn't make sense.
Wahu. Enti nipa no ni obeya ni se ni obewiem. Obewia bia ka ho. Because me ntria and ade no so I cannot live without it. Enya de metimi abo me bra without light, without water. What do you find say?
Now they are fam.
Yenwie bi mfam. Say e koso pa. Me sure say no kura ka ho bi na ma ECG for timi omuntimi nhwe light no. And afa Ghana water for so ntimi nsum yesum pa no because senke ye de nneoma nyina egu akwamu na yeteten nneoma so wo man mu an kebe bo ama amafo ho be ha wo mo. Enya sa de ne anwiamu na na bekoso.
Because this issue about you see 15% on electricity no enyamaso we are already paying it. We are already paying it. We are already paying it. I mean anyway if you thank you for passing through.
That's
good. All right, okay, so that's it. Me for last caller, right? Hello. Okay, I am so on so that's it. And the Molest is here. Udeduji also is here live on Accra 100.5. But I say, Mesre Ora John Mahama say Utiemia. Na problem no. Onka safa eye ekwaya obetimi afa so aboa oman we. Na light bill, any water bill no. It's too much. Too much. Ebi awa wutie me ne de wo ska de betua wo. Na wo mo ni bie. Obi ya adwuma, oje 500 Ghana. 600 Ghana. 800 Ghana. Enipa no boso so a auto light almost 300 400 or the same betua water bill or the same eto aduane ama ne madi. And normally no omo kwa proba both MPP and NDC this kind of issues mentality ebi no man kabidia but minim I know John Mahama wo adwene obetimi dia ye bibi e wo saade no he should speak to it for us. We talk about fuel prices, we talk about aduane prices, but water bill and light bills and who said you must bill at the end of all woman kwa to omo brofo who said you must see a bit here amount for air bre amount for tm pa amount for come our them amount for struggle and at least anya ye kra no obiadi 19 years 20 years opese ono so okobo bra kakra then this person when we so bit me from esra say o cheme 20 cities na me fan to light yeah cheme 50 cities na me fan to light enye ne yam komo enye aduane first pa no na aduane ne nkrofo dwene ho say the come di nipa no kura e come di no e wuro di no ontumi ntonsuo e come di no e wuro di no endi o hye e come no ene ahuhuro no a ene esade a onya 50 bi kura the toilet na fan no bebo amwatimi ada kakra why yati amam why identity yes say TM mu ye won resources ye wo bibia na yetimi bre enipa ba wusia nkrofo timi say adwendwene danipa ne so wutimi say nipa na ni abre why enti nyansani bia ni o mai we mu obetimi aboa yen why these are the issues. And here I see a tackle. You will hear them talking about GDP and the NDP. Kwasi ake kankwa. Kwasi asemu nkwa. The real issues are there. We are not talking about rent. Ye ni any system bia ebetimi ama obi a obobra o hye abrabo ase then you need 15,000-20,000 to go and rent obeda abobra no obeda dan no obi awies ka no de akogum paase oba besia no awies ka no de akogum paase akwala obobra o here 20,000 15,000 to rent a place. If you rush back at you say 1 year or 2 years. And I cried, I say, oh, the man, no aba, obi brain is kakesi, no aba say 2 na usika nieje na obi so ope because obi ama ne sika kese. Why? And minim say ene di animu no handlers are omo handle JM omo man speaking to these issues. Light bill no beba no untimi, water bill beba no untimi, and it doesn't make sense. Ajima kwame me chiama mpomfo nyina, it doesn't make sense. It be a 1 month, 2 months, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Ne so ma. Into busa omo say omo gigi eye sa skani nyina omo de yeden. Se bo so me aso obi agene monthly salary no de ni nyina to light eni nsuo. Odni nyina to light ni nsuo. Odwere ho a wonte ase. Without just in the abundance of water the fool is thirsty. Rat race, yes. Yeah. It's so sad. It's so sad. Na na kwa bia o se ba bia wote ensuo for long wa moso but omo boso me suane abro 1800 bill tia me no ka say no akufu ado ne ba wumia no they don't care. Omuntia light bill, omuntia water bill. Fremo pare, ontia light bill, ontia water bill. Onfa hon. Kandapa, ontia light bill, ontia water bill. Onfa hon. Onfa hon. They don't care. Upon Kroma a video no, the Ossi owns in so man and your machine no. Get it for me. Misia, me upon Kroma, Missiana Mebus and say, Quadropon. And that the Oyamon show. And that the BBI okay, Oyamon show, who traffic Oyamon show, if we say war a siren doing into who traffic Oyamon show. Oh, ayana sa problem no na yana me ne wo mo no say opposition no, the way they were complaining, the things they were complaining about. Mami video no meba any man no mo complaining
here in Africa in Accra include traffic. I'm sure it frustrates you as well. There are things like corruption that make all of us mad when we listen to the radio and hear all the chatter every morning. When you turn on your taps and they are not running, or you switch on the lights and they go off, there are things that frustrate us. There are things that scare me. I'm sure they scare you too. I'm getting scared at the increasing rate of robbery in our cities today. I'm getting worried when I see the population numbers go up and the employment numbers not necessarily go up. It worries me that in the very near future we're going to see something we don't like. But those are some of the things that, get me scared or disappointed or worried. Me here in Africa in Accra include traffic. I'm sure it frustrates you as well. There are things like corruption that make all of us mad when we listen to the radio and hear all the chatter every morning. when you turn on your taps and they are not running, or you switch on the lights and they go off, there are things that frustrate us. There are things that scare me. I'm sure they scare you too. I'm getting scared at the increasing rate of robbery in our cities today. I'm getting worried when I see the population numbers go up and the employment numbers not necessarily go up. It worries me that in the very near future, we're going to see something we don't like. But those are some of the things that, get me scared or disappointed or worried. Me here in Africa, in Accra, include traffic. I'm sure it frustrates you as well. There are things like corruption that make all of us mad.
This is him. Ohunu ote robbery na wabo. No, I'm frustrated. Ohunu say population increase and there is no system to absorb and control employment. Na ne raho. Ene kwajo ran ubio. Today, when you ask kwajo upon Nkrumah today, under this harsh, worse conditions are you won't say sia. Kwajo upon Nkrumah say ohun trafficker. No, I am worried. Satane John Mahama. The John Mahama at the cast free volley ebe gun crying. Sabe ya traffic. Now who are no I disappointed, no I frustrated. Kwajo upon Nkrumah say, "O tie radio no ati corruption na he gets mad. Or take corruption." Today, corruption is okay for Kwajo upon Nkrumah because now the chronics, then the na area. Yeah, it's okay for him. He's fine. Because the microphone area. So no microphone area there. What is it? Kwajo upon Nkrumah say, "Oh no, obie ne tab na say ensuo ma enflow. Oso light na say enso. Today, only problem. And you could drop on Nkrumah like it's directed to him. Or no, they saw your muakola. A Kufadu complaints. They said same things. Have a grumble and no bronya and yet de your mama bronya and yet de. Say for the Christmas, go and see Krumu Joku. No bianga no. Today here we are. But I am concerned with the light and water. Rent crowd yemaho. Say obi ani bedim komo across the country bia a rent isun. Lady be from me dim komo catch them say boy on net no nka won pen but boy na timi ahan dan tie say o pen sa no tra ne nchen bi e wo dem mo. Because o say guy no bono. Obono. But okay. So okaso okoba bi there which means e say okọ back to her village. Light bill ni water bills. Ama mebuna ye mobo. Oma ye mobo. First man na young girls no nko mo sere sika omo di koto aduane o. But today as we speak, bright tibu say ensu a efa omo ayimu ewo awoshi eba green color. Yeah. Apoto bibre no omo bu mamosa no. Yeah. Apoto bibre no omo bu mamosa no. Water. bill, light bill, water bill, light bills. Ghana ni or your dane or they fine. It's so sad. It's so sad. Anyway, yeah. Me yeah juma bi sisi a quick one because me who okay. So I think Kobe Fiagbe senior sending me okay, all right, so okay, all right, so obi frey nana or just say onim nipa kro anyway, but obi so sending me message on this, I'll say, Commander, in as much as the light bills are high these days, I think a lot of people need to check their earth wires, okay, installed in their houses. When they become weak, the meter runs a lot. Nana minta senior. Okay, so wo earth wires. Minim say the Messiah church and you mama amount for ase. But the test away can say earth wire no weaker. You know, so to me, wo meter na error ne, and so amount for more complaints, you know, they should check. Okay, all right, quick one. Mamene Ora Edward Kariwe. Okay, General Secretary Ghana Agricultural Workers Union in Incomo. Chairman Akwaba.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Pacho Bokodi.
I'm doing well. What about you too?
Great.
Yes.
Okay, so we are talking about 15% VAT on electricity. And I think for now it's on hold, but yet we have various groups talking about the issue, coming up with other opinions. But from your end, what is your take on this decision?
Yeah, good afternoon to all of you, and then also to those who are listening to us. And I'm very happy that you have afforded me an opportunity on your esteemed platform to share my views on this important issue. The question I want to ask is, you are saying it is on hold? The VAT on the
yes. I think you have the statement. That is what I've heard, because I think it's on hold.
Yes. No. Well, we are yet to know that, because I've also heard on social media or seen on social media that Cabinet has taken a decision to put it on hold. But that is not what our governance system is in this country. Cabinet operates at a high level. They take decisions. We don't know what decisions they take. And then it is various sector ministers who are supposed to convey the decisions of Cabinet to the appropriate quarters. So if government is going to now change their modus operandi of dealing with the public and dealing with workers, then we are yet to know that. But what we know is that Cabinet does not relate with the public on matters affecting the public. It is the sector ministers who are in Cabinet who would bring out what Cabinet wants them to say in the public.
Yeah.
So I just want to put it that we in Labour are yet to be properly updated, informed about government decision to withdraw the VAT on electricity consumption. And it is important for us, we insist on this, because government cannot muddy the waters by throwing out information that this information is coming from Cabinet and that you are putting it on hold. It is never Cabinet that directed ECG and then NETCO to liaise with GRA to implement. But
Uncle Edward, I think at the end of the day it has a political ramifications. So then they needed to take it back to the Cabinet for them to take decisions on it. From where I sit, that is what I think, though.
Yeah, you see, I'm not saying that cabinet should not discuss it. In fact, it could probably be the case that cabinet decided that they were going to impose it, impose that tax at this time of the year on us. But then it is not cabinet that communicated to the ECG and NEDCO. You see, this is the point I'm making.
Okay.
So if the Minister for Finance has communicated to ECG and NEDCO, and then we have reason against it, and then he had to revert to cabinet, we don't expect to be hearing directly from cabinet. And in fact, cabinet has not even issued any statement to that effect. What we have heard, unless I have there's information somewhere which I have not heard, is that it is a rumor that cabinet has taken a decision to halt it. But we have given a clear and unambiguous request.
So which means there is no official statement from the government. Is that what you want to say?
Well, I don't see that as an official statement from cabinet, and I'm yet to understand whether it is part of our governance system whereby cabinet communicates directly to the public and particularly to a particular section of the society that has opposed a policy. I've not heard anything about that. I didn't know anything about that. And then if this is going to be a new way of doing things as part of our governance, then they should write. We want to see it being signed by cabinet. And when you talk about cabinet, that is a body. But the body has a secretary. There's somebody who communicates for that particular body. Is it the secretary to the cabinet who is?
It seems like you have mistrust for the government.
Please, it's not a question of mistrust. Of course, it's a question of why government chooses not to go by their own mode of communication to their own people. Why have they chosen not to? This is just to muddy the waters. This is just to create the impression that, forget about all that. Cabinet has already taken the decision. Who are we going to hold? That cabinet has taken the decision. When government asks us, or if you hold any person, and it depends, if you say cabinet, were you at cabinet? Did cabinet write a letter to you? Have we seen a letter from cabinet? Who signed the letter? We are far matured than these things. These are political strategies which will not work with us. We are well-informed Ghanaians. We know what we are doing. We requested government to act definitely. Anything short of that, we think that government is not responding. And we are not going to fall to this social media information coming here and there to throw that into public eyes that, government is taking the action. No. Who can vouch for that particular information in the public? Nobody. And in any case, that's what I'm saying, that government decisions are conveyed by definite people to the public, either the Minister for Communications or a sector minister and so on. But did you hear the Minister for Communication coming out in public to say that this is what cabinet has decided?
Okay, so I think they communicated through Asasi Radio.
Which communicators?
Asasi Radio, Gabi Ochidako's FM station.
Mother, you see, it is a radio station like yours, and if we have never known that it is a mouthpiece of government.
Yes, but at least they are closer to the seat of government, so they're getting access to information. I mean, they are in a better position to get information more than I can get. So probably yes, first-hand information.
But you see, we are running a structured governance system. And that structured governance system, Asasi Radio has no place in it. It cannot represent the voice of government. It can rumor, and one day the rumor will be true. But we cannot take whatever comes from Asasi as a government communication to us. It is the minister, they don't work for the Minister for
Information.
Finance.
Yeah.
It is the Minister for Finance who wrote the letter to ECG. And our demand is direct, that please withdraw that particular directive to ECG and NETCO to work to impose tax on electricity consumption.
So simply, you are not enthused, or I mean, you are not satisfied with the fact that the thing is on hold. You just want them to cancel it, like just issue a statement and cancel it.
Not that we are not satisfied. Even there has no communication to us. What we are talking about is not a communication to us. So it is not that there's a communication, but the communication we have received, we are not satisfied with. You know, we need to clarify this point. It is not like a communication that is coming to government to us in response to what we are doing, and then we are saying no. And we know, because all of us, we created this type of cabinet system for ourselves. Cabinet does not speak by rumor. Cabinet speaks to either the Minister for Information or a specific sector minister. And in this particular instance, it is the Minister for Finance who wrote the letter directing ECG and NETCO, and he has not come back to say the same. So if Cabinet is actually interested in withdrawing it and have taken that decision, then they should have even asked the Minister for Finance to come out immediately. I mean, 2-sentence letter that look, or 1-sentence letter that look, we have withdrawn the imposition of VAT on electricity consumption. We have therefore directed ECG and NETCO and VRA to stop. And our previous letter is of no effect. Then we know that the government is concise and then precise and then straightforward to the issue.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with your point.
Yes.
I agree with your point.
Look, you see, we must let government know that we don't know where government is coming out with all these ideas. You know, and I don't know in whose interest is government working. In whose interest is government working for? Are they working for the people of the country, or they are working for whose interest? Look, you cannot. All the issues that have been, I mean, I listened to you and some of the things that the Minister for Information, that is Kojo Opong Nkoma, I think ever raised. Those issues, are they present today? Are they still available? Is corruption there? We are not saying that corruption will ever be ended. But the thing is corruption today the same as corruption the time those statements were made? Today, corruption, in some of us, our view, is institutionalized. Today, corruption has been has reached a point whereby it is rather rewarding to engage in corruption than not to engage in corruption. But we have not seen anybody who has engaged in corruption being punished for it. And you see, when you talk about corruption, because they want to limit us to the legal, aspect of corruption. Corruption has two dimensions. One is a legal aspect. The other one is a moral issue. Mm-hmm. So, if, for instance, they have to prosecute you, then they must follow up with the legal processes. They must have hardcore evidence that you have engaged in corruption. The other aspect is that if they don't want to pursue the legal aspect, you can simply be relieved of your post. Because every minister, every public authority, particularly in a certain category, works at the pleasure of the president. So if you're a minister or government official whose lifestyle has changed, but they cannot trace the source of your income, the president can say that, look, you are creating a bad name for me, therefore, please, I am relieving you of your post. But where we then hear that if anybody says this person is corrupt, you should come with evidence. Evidence is adduced at court. And it's not every matter of corruption that must go to court, because there's a moral issue to it as well as the legal aspect of it. So today, it is rewarding to engage in corruption, and you know very well that nothing will happen to you. In fact, that is one thing that is predictable in the society, that even if you engage in corruption in this in Ghana today, the worst that can happen to you is they say that go and sit at home. But you are not going to be prosecuted with it. All that you have stolen, no effort will even be made to retrieve that money. You can imagine. Look, let me tell you. Some people, if they give you, as you sit there, and myself, they give us 10 million each. And then we know that we are not going to work for the next 5 years, 10 years. Tell me, if you work today from now till 10 years, will you be able, when you are going on retirement or leaving the job, will you be able to get 5 million? Will you be able to get 1 million? So why won't people engage in corruption when they know very well that the worst punishment they will get when they engage in corruption is just that we are taking you off from your job?
But okay, so Uncle Edward, let me solicit your opinion on this matter. There is this argument on the street that Bawumia will be better than Akufo-Addo. I'm asking this question based on your submission that yes, corruption, has become endemic. There are other issues, pressing issues that leadership is failing to tackle. But now they are telling us that at least given the opportunity, Bawumia will do better than Akufo-Addo. Maybe he can fight the corruption for us.
You know, that first and foremost, when you want to know somebody today, you need to know about his past. And then you also have to know how this person can now move forward. All the promises that Bawumia made, who made him to make those promises? In fact, we will say it is when he's in government and then he's only a vice president, and that is the argument which I find very weak. That because he's a vice president, he doesn't control the economy. There is a lead, there's somebody ahead of him. People don't respect him. He can't do anything. That is not the matter here. The matter here is this: before Bawumia came to power, what didn't he say about the economy? He asked questions to the then vice president, the late Excellency Mr.
Yeah.
You get me? Now, the man was not able to respond to those questions, and unfortunately, he passed on. He has taken over power as vice president. He should respond to those questions. He should provide the answers and bring them out into the public domain. Because what he wanted a vice president to do, it is the same constitutional and governance structure that the then vice president was under. So if he knows that the vice president has not got authority to do certain things, why was he asking him to answer those questions? It means he had the authority. And again, the other promises, the lectures he gave everywhere, and promised us everything, that we are going to move from taxation to production. Where is the production? You can't tax people to, Ghana cannot tax itself to prosperity. Ghana cannot tax itself to out of the the economic challenges we are having. You know, so the man himself, you look at him based on what he himself has said, without voluntarily, without coercion, without force, without not under duress. He said them. He went and made lectures on them. The records are all there. He went to radio stations, sat before televisions, TV cameras, sat before other microphones, and stated categorically that they will not bring about e-levy. They will not bring about this. They will not do this. They will not do that.
Yeah.
What is it today? So we are going to judge him not based on comparing him with His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo, but his own record. His own record has demonstrated that the man, if he's a man of principle, that is the thing that we don't see. If he's a man of principle and knew and believed very strongly that when he was a vice president, he wanted to implement the things that he said he would do, and he was stopped, he should have resigned. After all, what is it? If you are not a president, you will still leave. After all, what is it? He's already an academic. He's already someone who can work with global institutions, which he was doing outside that. He has worked with Bank of Ghana. He has got money that can take care of him and his family. Why is it that he does not resign on a question of principle? So we are looking at him based on what he himself said and what he has failed to do. He said, if you do not, if your economic fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. Yeah. When he knows very well that a first-year economic student knows very well that as for exchange rate It is not based purely on the economic fundamentals. Otherwise, if it is based on economic fundamentals, the US dollar would have been the most expensive currency in the world, because that is US is the number one economy of the world. China's currency would have been the second. But you see, you need to manipulate currency. So he deceived all of us, and then people who do not even know believe that when he comes, he will be able to do it. He has come, he set up committees. There was a committee to even investigate why the cedi was depreciating against the dollar. What is the fate of that committee? Is it still there? Is it working? What achievements have they made? Look, fuel, which they complain bitterly about. Today, a liter of fuel is almost the same price like a gallon of fuel, which is about 4 to 5 liters in 2016. We are not saying that things should not change. Even if it were that, a gallon of fuel has now gone up by up to, say, 17 cedis.
Yeah.
When it was around 14 cedis in 2016. We can still understand. We can appreciate that. But today, even a liter is almost a gallon of fuel just within 8 years.
It looks like the Labour front is not happy with Bawumia's performance.
You see, the Labour front is not happy with the government performance. And what we also think is that Bawumia is a key member of the government. He's not just a mere vice president. He's a technocrat. He's an economic guru, as he made all of us to understand. But you see, at the end of the day, economics is not only about theory. It's also a practical subject. You see, at the end of the day, what are the results? That makes economic theories relevant. So all his economic theories is propounded to solve the problems of this country. Where are the results? You see, otherwise, those theories will have to be abandoned.
All right. Agadi, thanks for speaking to Accra FM.
Thank you, sir, my brother.
All right. Okay, so that's it. Live on Accra 100.5 citizens. Yo, but what ye? All right, Edward Karaway, on a general secretary, the Ghana Agricultural Workers Union, and what raising issue be about the VAT 15% VAT on domestic electricity, blah blah blah. Yeah. Point I was raising is say, why ne communicate ma Ghana for say adeno mwetwem, and I say it's on hold. Official letter way. To be honest, the only thing I've seen is from Asasi Radio.
Okay.
And I think you heard him speaking to it.
Yeah,
and that is the issue. 15%.
So, I mean, for me, more about so.
Thank you.
You see, I have a problem with the way a man for a year surprised when it comes to how things have gone on in the past, and things are still going on in the present and even into the future.
Yeah.
To say a bit to me, as a Sabine. I'm very surprised when people are surprised. I say, Aban we be a way biano. Say we are very technical. You are able to believe that we don't have a president. Because technically, the misbehavior of Abino, any how nepotistic government such as this, behave, I had to say, even persons that are not in government, they are seen to be very relevant in the system now. Obi say Gabi. In fact, at some point, na akwai to say cabinet meeting kurano okobi, and decisions bi owa aban no ansa na ebi kura ba da bedwemu no officially no na ono adi kan ama Ghana fo nyina ya aware.
Yeah,
you can remind yourselves with the e-levy staffs.
Yeah,
you can go as far as PDS time. Nyoma obi a woni aban mu. I mean, any kwan say information be or krana. You see, the reason why will be a minister of state, your man is swear oath of secrecy, oath of office, any oath of allegiance, no, is because and you may be more. Any kwan say the general public, no, or members of the general public, nimu baku krate, because they are secrets. What I say,
yeah,
and to the extent that, and I mean, no, can say no. What we're weaving into the government persons that are your friend is saying ne trainees and ne appointees, the former appointees, and they have found themselves in relevant state institutions to say your friend say national security. Akwa no wo Danko Institute, and now the national security ano, yeah, could be an icon. And so we are sitting on a time bomb. Yeah, a bit may explode because persons that ordinarily would not have even qualified to be in such places, and then they are in charge. Yeah. And we will merely discuss some of these things because I don't know who's not more anymore. Yeah. Oh, and you know, a ridiculous say aban say na the labor force no opa ene momun yintum say aban crash say na omunka say okay, let's halt all activities in relation to that news now. Me no, I see it as, I mean, a fictitious something. Any question will be a use said the omono abided by the principles of life, because you see, how do you say, and you can hear from all the other media outlets, no, say, oh, government has suspended. How does a government suspend something without communicating it through a state? Your friend is saying a bureau, or you're in charge of communication. Then it becomes official. Then it becomes official because a certain stupid individual be to baby. Ako bien kwasia radio, Jimmy radio, edin kwasia sem in his Jimmy mu atro krata beto bedwam say sana aban dwen, and because of what a relationship with President Akufo-Addo as a cousin, you know, ono kadia any ebeye no kre does not mean no kre. I was happy when you were saying probably all through your discussion. Probably does not make things factual. And so, media, I'm worried, but I'm not surprised.
But I'll come back to you. Uncle Samuel Agri, Executive Secretary, Food and Beverage Association of Ghana. Uncle Sam, Akwaba.
Yeah, yeah.
Bokode. I think commentary. I feel intimate kasa. I think commentary. Uncle Sam, 15% VAT on electricity. Now, yeah, made the man the mass site Assassin Radio story. I don't know whether other putters are Assassin Radio na me that Omanya information say cabinet hold that on say omo enya botre from momo angle mwate ehho asem na etimo say
yo that's enough say omo ka so mo atwa and then say the answer but yenyanti bibia say abine issue statement bi aka say omo the president 15%. I will translate here and record 21%. Now, area my yes civilians and that's from my money now. What this media also we are going to automatically that 21% increment was not right. As I say, the work I will be sound now. Near my question as citizens, what are we benefiting from government? What are we really getting from them? okay, your friends and from any child, Oko hospital, card out the only thing that card can do is to give you your friends folder cost. Would you put an acronym as a sum of the now benefits when you're free, sign away them. And you know, the kind of say, about Omo, on my moon and share part of electricity. In fact, and for industry, a young individuals, you know, I have electricity, fuel, and the HS can already have the income as a star, as I say, about that. As a to it doesn't give us the right say, young two, then a bear, that's the Kakituana, about the total salary to be used to a cotton light. And you know, the organized labor can say, or more strike. Now, we are buying entry sire. I don't think that, as a Jama or Munkwan or Moye. Then I am my private sector. We need to get involved because they are affected. You know, yeah, can say, a company say, I buy and chance sign, no, say, all of us must get involved. Private sector must get involved. The employer and say, as a medical see, get into our side. It's no moment and break a glass. That's a demonstration, you back home one. That's a market phoning now, the other count. Now, necessary, then a bay on the campfire. And yet, I say, but almost communication about say a campfire. I think that should be the right call. I so which we follow. If you know, say a campfire, then there's no need for anyone to ask for any anything dialogue. And I say, if a demonstration, and I say, we are a fast animal way. Citizens would deserve a better deal. This is not the way to go.
Well, nominate your friend say one of the union leaders, Edin Komosis here. I don't know the Senate who follow here, but no one who raise concern say there is no official communique from the government, whether from information ministry or finance ministry through the information ministry, and I say from ECG. Now we don't know why not Eka say, why not HHM. So it seems like there is some mistrust somewhere. A man for G assembling D say and pass a bind say hold on with that initiative.
See, sir, you're quite idea. I'm saying a Bible spokesperson, the Minister of Information. They should come out and clarify. Say, as some of you can nuclear and not nuclear. You social media and nuclear and not nuclear. We understand that on my money now, I won't pay the last minute in Copas Alpha or more as a record or Mukakoye or Yenu. And so I say, oh, I didn't cry a chance under that, no Mukakoye. And Yanu Council. It's a young woman, Sabino, Aka say, Namaya. They should come out and communicate to the whole country. They won't say, I'm part the course we need. But I don't think the social media communication right. Once our son, let the friends and media houses get the copies and report as such. We understand then you will instill the confidence in the people. But hearsay, you know, official communication, then this, the whole thing is very difficult. Now, is also and one, you know, the American say, anyone in way, say, almost the action fire. They should go ahead and make that communication for everybody to hear. Simple announcement will instill confidence in everyone. So, man, that's almost call demonstration now. The Senate can carry it. All of us say, when you need to organize labor, but it makes it easier for them saying, say, they went from, and you saw Munfan, you did a more akakwe way, a fire in Iron. Internet Cobanistana, your little income, same Janet sources. You know, your better say, Sakran or Moody Fasudia. We simply do not agree with them.
Marty.
And I'm saying the other side of the communication that came out is about the vehicular emissions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every car now, we have a problem now. What's the manufacturing sector, distribution sector? Now, I feel no. And Kobani say, you two side, Ebema, Yenema, across to say there's a hidden cost somewhere that is coming that we all of us do not agree. It's still a buying, like I said, obey. What's the emission taxes here? The petrol, yes, it's here. EPA, Nema Obekra, but they are far, Sanema will you pay for. So, which year for recycling, which year for environmental emissions, this Sanema will now. Are we saying, say, if this tax is going to take effect, are we going to take those taxes off? There'll be, for us to go forward, to consolidate all these taxes together and then make it one tax. But then 5 tax, M to 2 to 2, so now you're in Chia, then for EPA, manufacturing sector. So, until we cannot talk of us, then it becomes a problem. If if this is the way we have to go, we are not saying that we shouldn't. The right call, but on the other side, the one showing here, what it means is that in control of multi taxes, many chia, no, liquor is smoking, a council, a bat, and as a trotto, and a taxi driver, and as a private man. They can't use smoking. The only thing that you say is that after I'm paying for the friend is saying, pollution tax, it's not a make I have to go. But we should have a candid, your friend saying, procedures there to say this is the way we are going to fight that emission and as a pollution now. About the one then we are there to Koima, yes, as a tiny man, the big free home. Vivian by a man says, it goes into consumption tax because government wants to show up the apprentice and the balance sheet. We shouldn't allow this to happen. We should put the formula in first. We will say, I did win. When we near possible, I will solve the problem. There's a reason. Then everybody will come on board. But I can't say to not say this can get idea. Then we don't support such a cost. If there's anything to go by, abandoned consumption to not say, Casa, yes, our pollution. We cannot solve the problem, but at least we will seem to be trying to solve the problem. Into a take a car. Let's say in a queen. In the cars are pollution and there's no need to let those cars be on the road. One insurance, one your friend is saying road readiness. That car will not come on the road. If the policeman sees such cars, we should arrest them. So that those of us who are going to pay, we know say we are paying for a purpose. And go back to say we should all allow everything to happen the way it is. We must have a solution in place, and then we can all come together and make sure that whatever taxes that they can say in charge, but petrol airport, this is an kerosene, electricity, those things now all these things are there. Which one are you going to consolidate for us to do to be paying? We shouldn't just come and say, you share emission tax. There be money, but the environmental tax na that is the emission tax that they are talking about. They shouldn't give it a name and hang it. Young call say, a quantum soon be to me, I say, society way. Already know we are paying. So why are we coming to pay in a different way? We should not allow this to happen at all.
All right. Agazam, that's it. Okay, all right. So, Ora Samoa agree. Honorary General Secretary for Food and Beverages Association, Ghana. I'm right back to the studio. Ora Edgar, Redu adjoining Honorary Insurance Marketer. Sansona Ora Kofi Capito. executive officer, convener Demand Protection Agency, or joining a Consumer Protection Agency, or joining your studio. I say, but listen, no one
I was trying to let us understand. Say, I say in Ghana for no. Yeah, 2 doors out. I'll allow nipekuo kituwa bi ya omunru aduonu.
But as I said, radio also bet me baby ana mene agricultural friends workers union secretary ni nyadwene. As I said, radio is a media platform like any other platform to me access information from where they can also get information and put it out there.
It's not can. You see, where I disagree with you, Nise, if there was a level playing field that I've seen, say, will be to me a source for information. And now, Accra FM4, a Yakwa4, or Mwanko, and as I say, radio, Akko, and when information now. It's a different subject. We can discuss that. Because you were journalist or more Ghana, how we are quite before. Our moon pedjuma, our moon pebre. The omu pani say, Yankudi, and I yankona, yanko kele stories. And the bio, we can discuss that. But this is someone, or ye, Busuani, a cousin to a Kufuadua, will be in a radio station. Or the radio, no, acquired to say, cabinet meeting membership no more attending meeting no must swear oath of secrecy. You cannot be a member of the cabinet without swearing an oath of secrecy. You cannot. In fact, say who call cabinet your friend is saying cabinet meeting. Nese onye member of the cabinet kura say bia wo kwa command information. No you will proceed you be fa so answer na wakwa by way of giving information to the cabinet no kura you will processes how fam. Enti say you technical as a state and you say adan na Ghana ni journalist bia ntimi anya information na mum Akufo-Addo cousin Gabi so nana and na wetimi anya information and that a little of faith we can discuss
baby information ni free ba no na over problem and say ade no enye official me metiete various groups since this morning and issue papa no raise and almost raise say that wine say
I'm worried about how Ghana is being governed and how information any kind say journalists na am I a hint because Sebi, what is the hint about? A buying na was say or per se or the tax bito electricity so meboa
and or communicating through
what they information ebe 2 bedroom no amafo do so no akra ma yakwa kon say aban ni local standard a obetimi di ayes ade no because it must go through parliament and sana yetimi anya emra ebe baaki aban amana timi adi sa adwuma no enya sa enti in the course of the action no ena obi a wabie ni radio a wo ye Akufo-Addo nua brofka se wo ye ne cousin wonu nso so abie radio station no de akoto sa radio station ne platform so say aban kura se ekura se maka ne so manwe enya sa ena ye ka se sani pakro no ni nyina so ne sen ya onu de koto radio so say eti afen na me mehu se Ghana for because it has happened almost as video as I see radio reportage and a man for Jina so ka say say na aban edwin at some point one no be catch Ghana for say o manya 60 million accrued in the fund meboa then no nya sa figure no it is because you need government what doing Ghana for who are on ye na enye ye no eye busuakuo bi e no mo ti baabi ɛna ɔmo prɛse efidie ne batem na ɔmo kyerɛ sɛ yɛn kɔ kasa yi ti wo gabi wudi kan kɔ na kɔ kasa yi okɔ ne Twitter handle as if sɛ ɔno na yɛ president nsɛmhunu.
Okay, so me producer, I'll check it from Information Ministry or more a website, and there is no information to withdrawal of the
Gabi and a president or a vice or a information minister, communication minister or a BBR or a finance minister. How? When you're in where we also when your domestic politics be no. How? Nanka ye den na wote Ghana asemo ye koso wo hu bi da na ga so obi asase radio no obi for den wo mo di asase radio reportage be kwa kire IMF say hwe se aban ekrampo because of the ekoso nti yetimi aye say eno no mo de beko because I think it is the first time I say
and say omo dey approve
Ghanaians
ministry
are waking up from their sleep. I feel this is the reaction I'm expecting from Ghanaians. Thank you. Shall say from day one, very technical. And could be intimate. Sorry, say Gabia sorted. I could say, Bako be a radio. Na me, I buy say, I buy no account. Or your spokesperson, my buying. ɛno no ɔde ayɛ na ɔde anya ne ho twom no aban letter original so de akasa na wei yɛka fake news they are the first publishers of fake news fake news because it's fictitious. Is it the reality? Must the government not communicate before a journalist can say aban say? What is his locus? Assassin radio mu locus ne say. But just because Ghana for ya fan sa na akoye te say abusua na omu free baabi na oma bewie baabi na ya oma fa ye say ye nwa ya fa ye nwa. O Ghana for ye go gabi di kan ko ma radio for no nye sei omo ye wie a na afi no labor for no ama for kra be kasa na sa ban kra twen asan. And you can hear from many platforms.
And I think that is
me and then me tie a friend say joy for almost say Abaya are rescinding the decision. There no mujina so because of Assassin radio reportage.
Anyway.
And it's endemic. Oh, Abaya dia edidi yemu akwai to say Gabi na 20 yenti no ene odi free we dey kitchen hwa aben ene wano abeka. Men, you know, say God be so why nobody ever abem.
Who na be a hunisa?
There be now what is his locus? God be in the portfolio ni then. What they are here fracadam, effling flam nkofo just because or your cousin to Akufo-Addo. He cannot tell us baby and a wolf ni free. Apart from being a flim flammer, he cannot. He has swindled many just because he's a cousin to Akufo-Addo. He cannot tell us how he got the money he has today. Apart from being a criminal, a flim flammer, he cannot. So what JD say we Akufo-Addo offer ne cousin. Ninia. And untino, we a minister Krampa, he remote controls you as if say or a president. It has been his behavior. What you can say no tia no dia bagana. It has been his behavior. And Opa Google about this now how many media portals and a report to asemwa o makofa free asasi amana be to say eno na ye no kre without any basis any omunya even toilet paper cream for aban ho say aban say bagabi na kenti no. Is that not a work of a swindler? Anyway, I'll come back to you.
Make our man for say CMG sika chede no. And I me just say 500 and here 500 and I'm for GB coffee come on. All right, so I star 413 hash star 413 hash star 413 hash so say ubomwa say ebe do be procedure no Sa 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5. Krong. Bo said the phone so chirikra. Na ebi kura niema akoto no dwom ne no enko yi o. E wan for ntade. So the okoto ntimi nto. The ono so oton so ayento. Ti we no oto na 500 abeto phone so say krim. Wa for the form. We yo ala ona akro no. Okay, so let's do *413#. Ubo we are. Ubo so be ma your first option. 5 cedis pe. And now here say we dey eto sara for we. 5 cedis, 500. The next 30 minutes, mebo bomi winners. Wanya ntemu a wara o wara. Yo. Aga akwaba. Boko de. Em say just say o de wo microphone no man mom. Emuye, we muye. Oh, okay. Ose emuye. Yeah. Emuye. Yeah, fine. Fine. Them. Anyway, so 15% VAT on electricity. And there are two issues now man for doing them emission tax and also hango. Me who any official statement. Labor force for now shall see raise concerns. So we see a year at break for now. Now they have started asking, say, are buying when they say or more I withdraw a yes 15% no. Because I buy neighbor Casano or cassette a far for to sound for finance ministry, finance ministry, so ma ECG4 directive. It is a and say bar or monochester ombe here the same official communique na omudi kura because no so mbe yechre na yechre no mu no na saa de we kopie ye ya omo no se wo mu hu bibia me hu no asas radio beyond that me e bia bibi fufuro bia ba me hu ye dia. Now that is the concern now about this 15% VAT withdrawal.
Anyway, in some Ethiopia, I make at times everyone work at class. Anyone who must say, cry, yes, I'm real. In the sense, is one, yes, the labor front for opinion for no.
Yeah.
The Oma Canon, it's the right sense. Saying, yeah, look, say what your letter, ba, right? Now say, yes, say there's a problem with it, and Abibia. The right thing to do, and it's a Obasanjo letter, which will supersede.
Yeah.
The what your earlier, no.
Yeah.
But the contents in that letter, no, would give a proper meaning. That the Kuntia sa letter no supersede.
Yeah, umfa o mic no guy. I think say the microphone is
so
yeah, this is better. Yeah, this is better.
So what happens is when that letter comes now, that letter no be supersede.
Now what you see?
Watch your first form.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. But said you see cancer now. Maybe at times I can say when well, we just have to ignore it. I mean, and let's waste the space for other more important things. So
before now, Bano, and Obi sending me a year ne water bill.
Yeah.
December.
Yeah.
Otua a postpaid.
Yeah.
Otua 337 Ghana cedis.
Yeah.
January a buy no with the same volume. On say na or receipts no almost show the volume of water we use.
Yeah.
So the same volume, and the person is paying 600 from December, January. Okay. Same with light. Then the issue about say 15% ne bɛka ho a yɛbɛtumi because even with the current state, and that is where the discussion is coming from, say 15% ne bɛka ho a enti yɛbɛtumi a survive as a country. 15% ne ma yɛ koraa no ɛga yɛgye yɛn ho a ɛngye na 15% aba se aba bɛka ho, and that is where the labour front no ɛhɔ na ɔmo dede ne nyinaa efiri ba sɛ aban ne se wa yie firi hɔ deɛ a then ɛne aban no nka ne yie na abotɔyɛ mɔmra. That is where the conversation is.
You know, and I may just say, no quite so no, but and you may be a honoma. I also would say, and you may be a say, in the sense, say, first of all, sir, 15%.
Yeah.
So, no. At the go to America, say, we are just wasting time on it. Only say one. The first implementer. Implementer na ono no ye ECG na obeji sika no. ECG na ba beka se ade no no ontumi nye. Well, nipa na obeye ade no no. Waba se ade na mo ka no no. Mintumi nye.
O say be difficult.
Fine, yes. But I say ontumi nye. E be difficult. Ontumi nye.
Yeah.
Oh no. It is ontumi nye. Why waste time? So okase obeya ehono na ye be sorry. But nipa na ka to so ntumi nye. We bisa a few questions. Obisa question is say, is it about purchase or it is about consumption? Me koto ECG, me koto power 300 Ghana. And on abeji 15% was so. And I say, ma consume ewienu in abeji 15%, and I said, ECG e bisa sa asemi. Ye mani mwaye. O si mean to me nye ade no. Inti said ye musi ka ade no. Mun san ko back. Na mun konko bisa wonu ma womo ehihye emra no. Ade ko plot ade protein ya na womo pese womo ye den. Sa ade no womo de.
So which means omo involve ECG in taking that decision.
Fine.
There's also another question.
Fine. So then it tells you, say, it is not going to happen. Because also mean go to form. Me say masa, I didn't ask me if I'm going to go to form. Any ho. If on baby need to ana.
Ayeka.
Ahwa no akobo pa.
Ain't no, like I'm saying, just a kasa ni bi on ma me feel say it's just a waste of time. Oh no. But it said the labor for the kind. Like I said, no quite so no. So I your letter about there. You know, now they also oh yes, so you have to withdraw. In this year, withdraw, yeah. But you see, one of the problems, like I said, so as I see radio, I say me. I think I saw about 6 or 7 newspapers carrying the same thing. Oh no, about 6 or 7 newspapers have carried the same thing. So no. Then the question you want to ask is, if a whole national issue like this, journalists, they are too abundant. Say cabinet say I didn't cry you hold. Nasa Kenya no cry. Can national security and because that would have been a serious problem. Like we are causing trouble in the system. Like national security how can you put fake news on government? Government can't say now mobile publish the government can national security would have worked on them. So there's some elements of truth in the matter. Just say rational thinking people feel say I was saying a fa a quine be so. The quine na amfa so no. So no. And just say like I'm saying, authority-wise, if you are talking administratively, will be better to say, look, Master, what the letter ne buy? And if you are taking another decision, it must come with a letter. So that one is in order.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter remains is say 15%. Now, minimum adeɛ baako a I must say organized labor. I think it's a yɛmbɔ ma ba so wɔmayɛ adeɛ, but I'm not happy with, or should I say, angle or modifier no and I'm in
angle.
Yes, angle now or modify.
Okay.
Like the modus operandi.
They be just the angle on the executive and I mean I'm not sort of in line with them. You shouldn't attack the executive, because who say executive there or no the pay no pay say oye, but esan say and you maybe your honuma untumi fani pay enye no also call parliament. So it is a parliament and money kwaya untumi nye. So it's a parliament and money kwaya untumi nye.
I get your drift.
But parliament no in a passes our law no. So no. Parliament now passes our law.
And it turns out to be a lawless law.
So at the end of the day, no. Nanka mi nyaya. Enka organized labor. Wamu energies no. Nanka parliament. Wamu passes our law no. Enanka yedi ye energies ebe kwa kugu so. To the extent it cry say move to me are rally citizens. Say all those people who pass that law no. When they seek for re-election, I move biakra and vote to my warm. Oh,
yeah.
Say, we begin now to direct our energies towards parliament. Then you just say, "Moko kotsana mufu say bibia yeah." If we are able to work towards that extent now, yeah, the kwasi adi biaba munsum, because now you know say your next coming to parliament no is based on the way you voted on matters, whether it was good for the citizens or it was bad for the citizens. You wanted to support your party or what have you.
No, but at the end of the day, then who jai executive no mama from where did to say no say SCDR
and I mean
parliament
senka parliament and pass here. They could not do it.
Yes.
At the first time e-levy, when parliament rose, what did they do? They had to recoil. So what they call to one parliament and pass here, you can't do anything.
You can't implement it. It's true.
So
but have you forgotten? Say at some point, even before we went on the Christmas break, we were putting government, parliament to the task. Say, and your ma, a war budget na kenoforiata ya nuntino ya if say any quite so more pass budget no. Omo making sure say omonye, omo call ya. In fact, I came here and took a swipe at the speaker.
Yeah.
Over how he conducted the whole budgetary your friend is saying discussion. No. Now one more sorry, or your friend is saying majority for no more presented budget. No sorry, you know. I wasn't go through budget no somewhere.
You see, problem no. You see, if you always want to look at executive now a democracy no. Yeah, because no, like I'm saying, say executive no. Senka or that power on parliament and also because say hey motion na monye so no. But idea did not quite to parliament no. Right? Now more parliamentarians more tiho. Idea into say they there koso no. If parliament had said no, because I didn't never banner. Emma. So, anything like I'm saying, say, maybe organized labor, woman starting a new wave. A new wave. Because the idea about to parliament, I'll be so much say you're passing because you're party in the diabano. We will now begin to work towards the citizens. Now, I just say, Aquawi and Crawfordwi. Woman say parliament. Into next time when they come for re-election, make sure you don't elect them to parliament. in other parts, in certain jurisdictions, they have documents showing the way people voted in certain matter. That is why at times they tell you that in the US, the Republicans can make a case, even the Democrats will support them. If the even the Republican Party can make a case and then they'll fight against themselves. That's true. Because at the end of the conscience in order to say, is it good for my people or is not? So no. It is all kinds of what they call executive. They be executive. Now one no more creative problem no more. And I don't think that is the right thing. We should begin to create a new wave. Create a new wave. Now our wave no. Empaja flames in somu. Now citizens in somu say yes, this is the way we want to go now. I tell you, and can conform what parliament or no. They'll be very careful in the things they do. Yeah, man, because a party in no. So the idea any man better now. And it say your friend says, can no furiata censure no money the no, right? You would have even got MPP people supporting it. After all, your money rebels on Kokofa by. But in your could do on them, if we the people begin to say we are voting for you because of XYZ now, you better sure how many people can go and buy electrics. And all this money 3 a year, a day, all these things can be brassy. Because now we are assessing you. Well, no, we are assessing you based on your performance there. Now, one other thing I also say, taxi, a missing tax, no money, all these things like that. Now, but quite a woman, and no answer than PA, and only insurance,
Insurance, the end.
Say tax insurance.
Yeah, you know you're saying.
They say 15%. 15%. Inti, your family say, wow, car insurance. Yes, you premium your 1,000 Ghana. Yes, you have 15% on it. Now we say 15, 150 account. I'm a buying. And also can. And your man now more a passy, you know.
Wee!
Oh, and also can your man no more passy, you know. Ain't you know?
Enti ubetia ye no ama eye insurance company no atua ma ban no.
Ntu tua no tua na insurance for no ate no mo de akwakoma aban.
Me ma kotoka. Me kwa ko insure me car no. Car no me toye no. Say me tu framano ne a me tua.
Wa be tua ho duty ne ho nyoma. Duty na we tua no 20 something line of taxes I will cheer we
23.
We cheer we no. Now was okay because I was insure me car no. Into my core insurance company. My could take insurance. We take insurance now ya charge 15% VAT. See the kwakoma or buy. But no, I was say and you might be your honor. Yes, so yet say as here. Now you who said yeah and your man no AC ekako. Problem never on is Minjin this say a buy na nkasa ro holo. Sa taxes no person odiba. Oh. Enya on one person odiba but akwa it say conditionality. Ba use conditionality no or no ne say make sure say o tax to GDP ratio no it drew 18%. So no. Or tax to GDP ratio and 18%. Ain't you know, or no IMF no, on cars a taxi way you. Or no say oh tax ratio no. I'll say a year 18% of GDP.
You have to look for the average.
And the one that was a water share bibia, ubenya sa sikano no e free. Oh. And problem and crofu you kokofa buy ni say. So far as woman no concern no. And yes, woman add the new tax be ba. But tax be or hold the wasn't kayaji. Yenji. Whoa. It's in the end concofa and no nya den. Emra. Whoa.
Yeah.
It's just a obvious VAT amendment a year 2012 was a day no. A woman. But just say it hasn't been implemented. In the air, son of India says, ah, I deal with what dear. And yeah, then. Any family because I'm running the hodida. Yeah, na yeah, then. Yeah, implement here. Oh. But then, no. Senka, what's now say? Oh, problem back one, me what about people in authority. Oh. And yet MPP NDC for na. She said when they get into office now, they think they know it all. Until they are not prepared to listen to any other reasoning, ideas, wisdom from anybody. Your government's no mean at here. Unya the position be more be penetrated or a champion. Unim bibia. Well, just so few say oh degrees better into no. He knows it all.
Mamia Jumaketu ebe. Mamine Dr. Samuel Dubik Mahama. On the managing director de ma ECG ni nkomo ketu ebe. Mimi akwaba. Boko de. Ya mi adum boko afin siapa.
Afin go betu afin say na WhatsApp frame say
ami. Anyway, quick one. Ye di a 15% VAT on electricity. Hong Kong Meridian baby what raise issues say enye possible ECG muntimi enyo a difficult situation kakra sa no aka no dey na man ye difficult mamo
edikan unse maybe I what implementation aspect was no it's parliament passing maybe our implementation side won be ya mu ye bibi a friend legislative instrument LI sa airline no ebi ni ho for sa mrawe say emfa kwaji sa VAT enti first of all na ma ejuma na ye na nkasa eye di renta na mekasa nano e kire say g VAT no on consumption so ye fa say oh kia ye kan we de wedi oh na de wedi de udi wi ansa ya den ya ji huska na ye hu say wa me ana o me but if you asema wo ni say obi yo use postpaid meter there ebia okay no obi yo use prepaid meter deposit enti deposit no the amount no afi no akọ use etu be dey determine the we use no enti agife li eba kire ansa na you be who say na you be manage two different kinds of categories no because me am to family pay and sorry nka say the neighbor be ni because emra and na mo hye na this tax buy but we ko dan che no won go bi letter enya wo dia o kan letter na o be enam se na o pe mood a wo mu ni se na o be kan letter no o hwe a portion bi o ho ya cho liaise with na se ni se dey oni wo mo a implementing agencies no mun trust na mo he se adie ye betumi aye ana se ye ntumi nye because who's a tax there who dia was so chema eso obi aso wo so ye na obi sisi obi enti eno na ma boni be card say it has to be equitable and ma nkomodi die ni enwe implementation ka dey be but we have a place adie say be call LI was say call parliament parliament na na say this am na e buy it is a call for LI now. Parliament no have to look at say law imu passing in 2013. Mwanye LI now be do to say 2013 na monti ase na say and 2024 ni is that law still relevant in 2024? Is that relevant ani abogu? It is relevant so na say omwa ye ho LI e dia ba say you implement it. Dia dey was say call back to parliament because none of the okay na say na tie na and I implement it.
I see. Anyway, I'm saying what my and we are see how I can be able. Now we just want some clarity so I will issue so. But about for a busasa na say can you do na anwa issue.
Oh, unim. Enu na me koka o radio station ba ko so ankofo si me si media me nkwa sorry if you say kill. Obi sisi a enye generation issue eye overload. Obi
microphone fee any gadgets ɛwɔ hɔ no sisi asɛm a meka obi wɔ ne fie paa elevator kra wɔ ne fie ɔwɔ lift wɔ ne dɛm ɛno nso ɔde lift no hyɛeɛ no wambɔ ECG amanneɛ ɔsan so wɔ water pump ɛsa wɔ swimming pool pump na so ɔsɔ saa nneɛma no nyinaa na afei deɛ ɔne ne nkurɔfoɔ a wɔte area hɔ nyinaa na atriple na light off
but dog mo adwuma a ɛsɛ mo yɛ ma yɛwɔ ɔmo generate power ɔman Ghana menya sure sɛ wɔ obi atirim sɛ mmerɛ kɔ n'anim wɔ wiase no ɔman Ghana deɛ yɛnkɔ yɛ akyi enti yɛ population no bɛkɔ soro yɛ population no kɔ soro a gadgets ɛbɛ wiase bia no yɛwɔ ho kwae sɛ yɛ use bi enti ɛyɛ mo a mo plan for ɔman no no mo wɔ saa plans nyinaa wɔ mo tirim sɛ daakye mi kuro ma santemampɔn obi bɛ use lift obi bɛ use way obi bɛ use way so let's make electricity available ɛyɛ betumi hold the society no.
100% correct but now share bobi ya yo suban and the problems we have bobi enka ECG ni krobo problem number enka minim say obi betumi edi obi aka eyi transformer ho a yembo ECG amane unim ye ECG nam ho ubakwa ko do transformer say obeye ho services do transformer na ho na obehu nipa ahia ye de aka ho ni wa wo paper na wo kita no paper no so say eye nipa 10 ana nipa 12 ubakwa ko do 25 busa ye si o ECG 4 na na okay fine ECG 4 na na usa tracy abakwa ko hu so obi enya say meter ebo ne fie ni cry ye fake eti question ni nyina ne say nipa ben na ye sa de na ye de emba ho obeye de tie nya uhuda bebe na ya na ye pesi ye ka say company before but me no san komo ye di spender ya ye suban ye obedi ade na ki connection obetua aboarding 3 times etin de ka onkoba ECG director ono no problem is oba ECG director ye be delay ba ye be ye no be kwaso ne papam sisi a area bit say oyarefa chado obi the speed with which that area has developed wrong
but Dubik endi sesi I we studio akra na me ne Edgar no discussion bi me de minim ni say ye chichire oman a ye chichire oman with projections ye projected Kwame Nkrumah ye akosombo na Satan Ghana for ye 6 million but na Kwame Nkrumah nim say ebre bi baba ye be do so do 10 15 20 now say ye free hydro ye de call thermal no obroni o ye thermal so no e project say obetumi ye thermal betumi supply nipa be ye 20 million enkania enti ye ni projections bi ase bi o yarefa enti o yarefa say me pacho do be mo koto transformers ba me boa
right
nenti transformers say mo koto de ba no mo nya projections hu say oh transformer we area say ye de sia ebetumi afa ebia nipa dodo say at this time we should change it.
All some projections in now have been done. We know can say your transformer you. As a man can say what should I see? The problems is here and say and yes we need transformer but in Kauba yeba yes the low voltage lines me a transformer injection now and can light off now experiences here no. And but who see that now open terminal we electrician no everyone can load no am bo ECG amanye. So we are playing catch up to the situation. It is not
okay.
Okay. Here me kase mo a baby ECG afum bia me yeden me jitum.
Yeah.
Sisi a me kase me ya me kase nkofo say minim say postpaid customers bi no bills no overbilling abrim. Me sremo mumra ni embe read meter ni anya actions ni pass correction. Me sremo me ye dia no atum. Asemi a me kase bro mo bia obeko bia eye look overload one ube busa ebusem nipa oye ni odi sankofon e class load no na say obi asori a osi da a osi ebeche into then or the file bobi uba ha say a projections for the year wo me start to say me ejuma wa say ya projections ye transformers ahia yɛnim deɛ yɛbɛboa yɛ ama yɛdwuma no ayɛ den akɔ yie sisi a yɛwɔ transformers ne plans nyinaa akyi hɔ sɛ light off na ɛba na sɛ onipa no kra nya ne ho ɛfrɛ yɛbɔ yɛ amane a ansa na yɛayɛ den yɛaba hɔ aba abɛboa ba bebree naa no ɛna meka no company yi wɔ hɔ sɛ ɛbɛboa mo ɛbɛsom mo na so wobɛyɛ adeɛ no a because of connection nti ne wafa akyire ɛha yɛn ɛde load gu transformers so a ɛhu nia nti sisi a light off bebree naa no esi within the period of 5 and 10 yɛfrɛ no peak ɛyɛ high because that time no na obiara wɔ fie obiara so biribiara eti bu so biribiara na overload baa deɛ no so a na triple as for generation deɛ mekasi so sɛ sisi a Ghana yɛwɔ buffer generation wɔ hɔ me nka sɛ excess because the rate at which a yɛsi nyi no saa buffer no nke bia ebetumi ate ayera but nɔkra nyame anim bebree naa yɛ problems na yɛwɔ sisi ano yɛ suban ka ho enti sisi a mɛka sɛ obi biara a ɔmo experience fault wɔ ɔmo area na sɛ within this period yɛ na light off wɔ no ɔmo report to the nearest district office yɛ put together nneɛma a ɛbɛboa ama yɛtumi ayɛ some transformer injections yɛ move loads na around to fix it we have tried our best yɛ wɔ materials wɔ hɔ a yɛtwɛn especially for that area nti wei deɛ yɛbɛsrɛ light off na ɛkɔ so no bebree naa so we agree bebree naa oka ne adum akɔkyɛ kɛ sɛ o prepaid no so wetua
very good wonim sɛ amanfoɔ frɛ me nnɛ wɔn se yɛdum nkanea yɛbɛsɔ kanea no na ne light a watɔ no yɛbɛsɔ kanea na ne nyinaa atwekɔ
again megye tum sɛ meters ne bi ɛyɛ faulty na meters ne bi so expire wonim sɛ meter wɔ lifespan of 10 years anaasɛ 15 depending on the person who manufactured it enti sɛ obi biara wɔ saa problem no a wode fa wo last receipt a wotɔɔyɛ na fa bra ne yɛnhwɛ na yɛntumi nsɔ ano ma wo ne yɛmfixe ma wo wei ɛnyɛ adeɛ a company na yɛ no adwene sɛ dɛn ɔfa sika afiri obi hɔ daabi watɔ na wankɔsu na meter no yɛ faulty a ɛyɛ yɛ asɛdeɛ sɛ dɛn yɛbɛreplace meter no ne yɛmaki sure sɛ yɛne wobɛdi nkita sika no paa deɛ ɛnyɛ adeɛ a mede bɛma wo because adeɛ kɔ ahemfie ɛnsa mba but mɛmaki sure sɛ electricity na watɔ no then you will get it to use because electricity na now pɛsɛ ɔyɛ dɛn wotɔ
Edgar sɛ wɔpɛ sɛ obi so asɛm Edgar sɛ obi so asɛm
yo MD at design
yame ado bɔkɔ bra pɛni na
good mesrɛ me meter baako ayɛ 40 wɔ ho na mewɔbɛ 5,000 cedis wɔ so meba wobɛma me new meter na asad me 5,000 na ma me ana
straight because receipt no wɔ hɔ no nkɔ adeɛ menim time a wotɔɔyɛ sisi a yɛ digitize it very very often
ɔso wa ntinti sa eti mu bio ma no
sɛ de mesi I mɛsɔ ano pɛpɛɛpɛ ama no
ɛne ɔkyena mɛba wɔ hɔ ɛne ɔkyena me ame de bɛba
time a nipa no tɔɔyɛ wobɛhu no consumption enti wobɛtumi ehu sɛ o daabi sɛ ɛdi sɛ na wa restore ama no
yo
enti wei deɛ me nua pani ɛbɛtumi asɔfo ama wo paa
bedase bebree
alright na amanfoɔ mo pɛ meter nso ɔmbɛ because amanfoɔ complain sɛ meters ni hɔ
okay bobi sisi adeɛ baako a mehu ni sɛ sometimes ɛnyɛ sɛ sometimes obi sisi a yɛwɔ meter to the extent sɛ si yɛ ni meter car we can put you on a virtual meter based on your previous consumption or your estimated consumption na yɛwɔ list bi da hɔ a nkurɔfoɔ bi a wɔn apply for meters a wɔn atua sisi a yɛfrɛ numbers na bebree na ɛyɛ gold ni ɔno a ɔnkae eti si adeɛ mɛsrɛ obi biara a wa apply for meter biara a ɔwɔ ho receipt yɛsrɛ no ɔmmra yɛ office maka saa asɛm yi akaakaaka yɛ post nneɛma bebree ɛwɔ yɛ website ɛne yɛ social media handles ni so nti mesrɛ ɔbɛfa wakwanya yi so na masa apatwɔ sɛ ka kyerɛ ɔmo mesrɛ obi a wa apply for meter a watwɛn mesrɛ wo deɛ bra because sisi a numbers no bebree na ɛwɔ system no mu no yɛfrɛ a ɛma ɛna yɛnhu baabi pɔtee ne saa nneɛma no nyinaa bi sɛ bebree na yusu middlemen enti mɛsrɛ sisi a process no kra for meter acquisition no ɛstarte free yɛ app no so anaa yɛ website yɛkɔ you call paperless ni asa call cashless and through that no you be send no text message about wo processing stages bi nyina akosi time I meet and e ba be bo fi ho enti me throw so wa apply pa na on san kan a me throw bra be hu bo bi oni meter cost one single phase meter be 1,000 BB but omo use connection man omo tiri chia be 3,000 4,000
because omo use a year right process no a busume miensa enan enum na nsa nkan
me jitu man ya old ECG bra pe ni ka ni ECG o I don't know man boss was a jail
Mati kasa
that dey na okay be na old ECG new ECG ye boy homo dey pa bo dey we mama hwe ye dadam mfa nka ase omun be so ye hwe titi a me hwe
Mate ye da so bebre bi dia
na da be na me bi enu me nzabeka
obani minuti we ka wo do mi achim bia ka ma je dodo you may see our car. You may see our car. All right, okay, so that's it. Bye. All right, so one quick comment from Tester and Commander. What is the guy saying in reference to Dr. Dubik? In Ghana here, most workers even close at 5 p.m. So at what point do these same people converge in their homes at 5 p.m., which is a peak period for them? I don't get it. So Yvonne is asking. Now we have Kajofi Agbe here says, this Mahama guy Kayobu Wamama Yemre. Daniel Agbelegozo says, okay, so this is the issue and I will come herself. Also, ne for 2 years now, and Onya meter.
Well, Sanya, like you're saying, there used to be a challenge. Say Dubik say a year old, new, or mamu process. In the end, so process.
Yes, a year new.
Zona and far, then we can make a case.
Anyway, Abu Block says, I'm watching you guys from Takra Day, Wamko 2. Okay, thank you. Maria Adam says, talk is cheap. And we have Bozet Kwesi. But during the previous administration, people were blaming JM for the unstable light. Doomso. And then answer says, yeah, I can tell. Some were in your house, watching you live from New York. Good job, Dan. Okay, thank you. At that tester says, Nicholas Laguda says, very funny excuse from the ECG boss. Bernard Kuru says, I'm watching you guys from Hacho. Okay, thank you. Then we have patient Forrest says, ECG. Omunye serious. Yenya brave Kuruma Papa. Bernard Kuru says, good work, Bobby. Okay, thank you. Then we have Maria Adams says, if all these issues are because of gadgets, then because I want a gadgets, Papa Biwo. So I think Ninani are planning. Because even with the explanations, yes, and propose sit down. Now, Omakofa, I'm forbidden to Mababeto, area transformer, so any dear Kekahon. So, Nina, but the point is, can we create a system, a robust system that will check those things? Because abone for doors, no. I say, yes, you have a doors to say, you bet me a Siboniano, and yes, I brought you Bonini. You
see, the problem is this Ghana, no. Your land system now any problem. Your land system in this country is a problem. You still now you to me and identify and solve what's our problem. Because one of the funny things woman is me sit down a war
land as in sighting or
Mamenka.
Okay.
Okay. Me sit down war Hemfampuna Menkano. Oyarifa put it is a developed place, all right. But like me sit down was some ghetto be. Makoto asasi or that be sit down. Government has no plan for that area. But asasi ra air ton asasi no. Ena Ghana for so air ton. So yeah to near to. Government and kasa no any plan for that area. And can the program and so 1, 2, 3, 4 we want to structures no eba government any plan for that area in the first place only plan say or ya kwan wo ho onye plan is or the insuo air coho. Government program electricity any ho. Oh no. But yen yes ye die, yes. Now yes ye die ni no. Yan kasa e twa ye kwan ye de ko efie. So no, ye twa ye kwan ye de ko efie. Na ye hia insuo was a eba ho no. Ghana water nye ready say or the insuo ba. Electricity enye ready say or ba ho. All right. Then now no we find our own ways and means was a new way then eba. And only connections in your mana ebemuno. It is a transformer say 50 kVA bia babisi wa. In your babisi on obia pese or ye den or tapu into. But then with the right electrician no, can tell you say load na adie we no afa no ain't me fabium because you can say the beat to swa every the whole place. But somebody ebe connection near the nakwa kotoso. So no. In the day wakwa kotoso no. Na just say I just say the American uwo fie na uwo one air conditioner. You know how long your 200 Ghana CD will last you. Now, or 5 or 6 air conditioners. Now, also, how long would that last you? It will drain. Wow. These are some of the problems because, as we are saying, you crow hanum no. Development takes place. I started say planning how to go about things. That's the problem in Ghana. Try a land system in Sensem no. Because there are some countries so the government in Yan saw the infrastructure bahwa. Nobody goes there. Nobody goes there to develop anything. Unless the government says, okay, we are prepared to move into this zone. Interfere nearby infrastructure, no, which means government has made money available for road construction. Government has made money for utility service. One more piping in Yoma is made them available. They said the Okwa as we can't just say a service plot.
Yeah.
Everything is structured. But into this kind of problems, it will never go away.
Anyway, quick one. Sikacha Diano, hello. Okay. Meluzminiano, Obesiaba. Now, Rashid Jibril, Maria Adams is asking what kind of analysis is Edgar giving us? Yeah, bro. The issue is about ECG not giving us a better services. So they feel say ECG for no ain't me my good services. That's all. Hello, I'll come back. Pacho, your friend say?
Pacho from Mercy.
Mercy.
Yes.
Abo mama.
Pacho hi.
Say.
500 cities.
Kai. What you say?
Pacho 40 cities.
And already 500.
I
see. Congrats anyway.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Mercy. Star 413 hash. Star 413 hash. Na. Ya open so can see me. Quick one.
No, asem na Edgar Kano. Ewum na the big deal no so ewum. But you see, kwara the ama discussion no nyina no akobanie. On say who opposition. And like I always use the loaf of bread to explain why we had doom so. Now, governments before John Mahama, I encounter problems with generation. In the case of me of Akofono, or tribe, yeah, but according to me,
or try to say.
Your bonfire.
Because no over the as of work
and yes, I could fire generators by I know the
say George as I got just for a catcher
of a recunanya, dear, so can I see any train.
More for me, no.
You see, Cobra, then comes in John Mahama who says, look, I was elected as president to solve problems or fix them. And so, let me take the bull by its horn. And one loaf of bread, na ebia in the past, a family of 3, a father, mother, son and daughter edie no say no the family no ya expanded ama abedru say me mana nanom kra mpo no ye nsia nti no obi aso so light ni bia the one loaf of bread na nkakane yedi no enso yen enu ntie ne ma yen shedi load no ena wo be didi ekina wo ndidi we na kofa dum so ba yo assemble na oti opposition akufa do oti opposition no oka ene no fortunately for this government wa mau pano na ma na buso ama wan kasa wa ba be confirm say you have excess capacity meboa ena in the abundance of water no the fool is still thirsty and every Ghanaian will be right to say then who mom na we are mismanager, you are not managing the thing well because you have power in excess but you are not able to even let power now in excess no esoyen what I say
Nipa dear, so far as I'm not satisfied, I can say what I want to say.
Yes.
But that does not make it the fact. The reality must also come out.
Yes.
So, yes. Excess generation, say, no, yeah, mani broso. You will be brave. Na, Kadubik waha, maybe ona go be to me, I think.
But do you remember said Dubik said because
you see one of the things that and an America say you see and you maybe I was say your fan was serious no so no I am me bisa me who say even at parliament can oforiata the budget beto when I go through the budget I don't see these issues being addressed. Unfortunately, 275 members in Socio-economic parliament, no. As if we say Oman Kasa no, they don't know what they are doing there. I didn't know what your friend is saying, population council or population census. I didn't know what.
It's for the planning purposes.
It's for the planning purposes. Into your child says every 7 years, your projection now. Ghana at a certain time in 2021, I guess, when this report came out, the government statistician say we are growing at a rate of 2.15%. So what it simply means is that ordinary arithmetic every year be a nipa 600,000 eba Ghana. Every year be a nipa 600,000 eba. Into all things being equal, no. So 7 years in the bebano, near the number 35 million. Budgets are ya presenting, no. How? What is in the budget? Say we are making provision for sa nipa 5 million no mo beba be kaya hono within the 7 years. Well, no. You don't see anything in the budget. Akwa going to say doso no na enyoma so doso. Okay? So for instance, you ask yourself, out of sa 5 million no, emu send the beye akronfo. Emu send the beye ewudifo. Since you see your prisons, have we expanded the prisons? Have we built new prisons? Because automatically you will have more criminals coming into the system. And one thing I say more prisons see your friends saying your friends saying congested. Because ever since I see signs of one prison here, you see one. We have not made provision for certain things. So no. And one thing yetiwe water is a problem because you have not planned to take care of womuna yes and wome gumuno no. And these are the problems in Tina bibi kitwe bi eba penona ahotre aiden aba. In the same way ayeke friends in Nkrumah see your friends saying Akosomboy, right? Nature Senka from Nkrumah's time. How many years now? If each government Senko be akrade 100 kV kilowatts akra eden eka electricity generation for all these years. Kasa dum so no.
So Edgar, the problem we are having, and I make projections are yet to me and projected.
Yes.
Because now at least go and take car power. Car power will give you around 270 or 300. Offer a Mary a generator power. Offer a big generator power. Okay, so we know to send command analyst to word. If indeed those who claim that we have power in excess say ewa na there do big catch you know. What stops a government in 8 years to project say okay my mean focusing on how to protect a year power no ye generate e wo no se be ya enkrofo nkokoko eso basa abroad systems. Why can't we build such systems here to protect the
two things
the electricity
infrastructure? But before you come in, more to the point is where can you be wo?
Yeah,
America buying. I say distribution of power no. A big problem am I? And me PDS asem na making.
Yeah.
Mida was it Mida?
Yeah, Mida.
Took SSA. Me de misika $550 million. Babe share. And I'm tani no distribution. Send a beya crisis and can you say bano because it was projected say baba.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ade bakwa obekaya. A free President Kufuor 2008 now we are buying eba Professor Mills ba John Mahama no. Afena amanfo akono a omanya for air condition no na air cost pa.
Yeah, of course.
Meaning
No, don't make that mistake. First of all, air conditioning is not luxury.
It's not.
Yeah,
it's not.
So yeah, and then just a hamatani about whether na your friends say a kakra. But the kind of heat that runs through the system between January to early May, no.
I know she.
So air conditioning and your luxury. You need it as a human being.
Yeah.
As a human being, you need it.
Yeah.
Well, no.
But where you
Massa, let me tell you something. Okay? Yeah, I say, when you my dear friend, mental health. Mental health. When your body is not adjusted properly, what done ajo? A demo you didn't have a good sleep. Do you know how it affects your productivity? How strong you are?
So it comes back to the issue of how
you see
dying.
You see
because some question say
Massa
first time for the fun
the weather. Don't forget say we have all this climatic condition, global warming, we have all these things. Don't forget about these things. I'm just a heat now. I say somewhere about 2 weeks ago now say na hamatan or and now it's a unity before then now unmewiable a run and airborne me say what obi crack in the car because of air conditioning ye juma. You know the heat in the air conditioning and things and your luxury we need them, but at the end of the day it comes at a cost. It comes at a price. So no, but one of the things that I also hear when they say all these things that we are talking about, for me my problem has always been with our engineers and then the government as a whole. At the frontier, we always want to rely on this thermal, fossil fuel. That is what I don't understand. Why do we want to always rely on fossil fuel? Because fuel, right? The moment the prices begin to tumble, dollar no. Now a cost of production and everything becomes high because you need to buy the fuel. Adentina ewiasim ha. Ewiasim aiwa. 1 hour They be 1 hour of sunlight. 1 hour of sunlight. The energy a produce free sunlight 1 hour is more than the whole world need for 365 days. The energy requirements for the whole world for 1 whole year, 1 hour sunlight produces that energy all for us. Into your expertise, your engineers, all these technocrats guys are they be a back coat na ye cabrofo near workshop ye seminar. Why can't we develop the solar system? Why can't we develop the solar system? Free energy. Nyankopon amade ye free. Just a debia de connection wo mu kwa. Anyway, dia connection
I'll come back. I'm not even discussing the wind energy.
Ye kwa ko tofu na manfo twa ho mu ka to mu. Debia de.
Now one quick comment here, because Joe Dyke says, Bobby, everyone in Saudi Arabia uses air conditioning. You cannot live without it. And it is not expensive. It is not expensive to use air conditioner in Saudi Arabia anyway. Ojaba Gabazi says, so did you want to tell us if you have air conditioning, TV, fridge, and bulbs is called overload or transformers on transformer? So then the light cannot be on. Okay, so the guy is just asking, say, yeah. But Ojaba, the issue now, ECG per can once a month, you discuss no yeah. The illegal you know the good transformers no so ya na emma transformers no so load no ekosra na entrepreneur say the problem about Edgar, the problem as he say no obi antimi entiase ne say when John Mahama was telling us that look ade we yen solve no once and for all ye free hydro we are seeing free hydro ecothermal one more na nke so mo boa emma yenya healthy discussions then say no a technical because you need time to build a thermal plant in your brudu oh boy ya na dia kwashe furu no mu you know ba na mudi wa mu no the politics and can you do ma or say no and find politics. That is the problem we are having now.
And I may just say that it's not a question say what more the politics. Like I'm saying, no. NDC was in power. NPP for Eka and Sem. NDC for ANT. And then NPP is in power. NDC for Ekasa. NPP say Omuntie. There is this. There is this. I don't want to go into those politics. I don't want to go into nothing. No, wait a minute. I don't want to go into politics. I'm telling you. No, Bobby, I don't want to go there. Yes, I don't want to go there.
Listen to me. Nothing. Okay. You can point one.
Okay. If that is what you say, so be it. I don't want to get there. But what I'm saying is this.
But somebody needs to.
No. You see. Don't tell me that NDC are angels.
No.
So they are not. Exactly. So they they faulted.
I agree.
Then let's keep quiet there. The point I'm trying to make is this. Anybody in power, so far as he did 2 minutes in same no. If you say him too much, he is never prepared to listen. And I say it cuts across all governments. It cuts across from the beginning of time. Because a new man can think it be or honor Woka. This said the Eka say, Obi the second Uforiata. Right? Who is he listening to? He's not listening to anybody because he thinks he knows it all. The mess in which the country is in, he still does not see it like it's a mess. So far as he's concerned, he's doing a good job. When you listen to the MPP friends saying, is it communicators or whatever, it is like, who accepts that the country is in a mess? They don't accept. So far as they are concerned, they are doing a good job. Akufo-Addo thinks he's the best president. Okay? He thinks the best president that the country has ever had. That is it. Whoa. Then all these things are happening, right? In John Mahama's time, John thought he was the best president. Yeah. I mean, it goes on like that. But the reality is this, like I'm saying, let me tell you something. One thing I'm catch a friend saying, Public Accounts Committee. I met a few of them and then I said something to them very simple. Mo Public Accounts Committee, Mote, a State House. And our job says, and I say, I'm managing for
job, State House.
Job says,
yeah, job says.
Yet the friend saying, yet the how do you call it? Budget I bet too many. More approval budget. Okay. More share a year for National Fire Service. National Fire Service budget. Mumpo. National Fire Service. The tender now more no. The highest it can go is 4 floors. Most of 10th, 11th, 12th floors. One amote. A top 5th floor. Na e basro honoma.
E ka ba fie.
Ya behwe de oba be kukurume free esro honom. Meanwhile, ya de budget be to honom no. Oh no. You didn't even see the tender now. Just you didn't even approve one tender for them.
E be no more parachute.
Ahana make e be no more parachute. You be free from. Fine. And then look at what is happening here. And then that's why I'm asking them. Now I'm saying Parliament, look at you, right? Even your own lives, you are not seeing how important your own lives are. Meanwhile, we are still giving people licenses to be building sky-rise buildings of how many floors. And nobody is concerned. Nobody is taking anything. Into a jantomu na enkrofone nshishin aden ye esi wo foreign affairs building no ye mfa nsu anyansa. Na ye enkrofone shi enwu ne embe form committee na omumrambe num tea ni cream crackers. Now, at the end of the day, nothing happens. So it tells you the mentality. You go and make noise about this, nobody cares. And I told them personally, Obako Jakajem say, yeah, Edgar. I said, okay, they're true. And I'm saying, fire service, or more budget, better winning. Did anybody scrutinize to see? It doesn't matter to them. Because at the end of the day, fire service, but you see the kind of
meanwhile yeah building and
meanwhile or not the same fire service no or no you see you can't understand fire service no you are the person also giving permits to people to build those
meanwhile uni gadget BBC anyway Seahorse 50/50 engine coolant mesra so wonye wo dia wo ye Ghana ni wotemenka on car ne boarding se wonye wo dia ko ne kwaje wo de na bow car na engine no ho ban na ene no wade a somu yie o wade a somu yie because se car wo engine no bog brrr e car wo be bo no wo betutu no enya asem kuma but to protect o car na engine na abeye smooth ama de bia no use Seahorse 50/50 engine coolant ebe boa pa Ghana for agiatum we are safe for any agiatum 0244-577-559 ubetumi afre omo now Mamenka Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic once a show the bright soja capsules and a bright garlic plus capsules aba na adia yema omo no say omo side provide ambulance services into ubehwe no se bia person high ambulance wodi wani kire Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic omo beboa omo say ko various shops across the country ubenya bright soja capsules and a bright garlic plus capsules ni bi ato Mamenka top choco for and a day top choco chocolate spread aba na no so na de fa brodomu nkoda no omuko school now before brodo mom sa no money age papa one man decided 3-in-1 chocolate drink the only an so age osuo hie wo hwie gumu a woya una okono so top choco Ghana force say o sorry na so benya hoode na no pa o breakfast no no afa 3-in-1 chocolate drink from 0243033033 onsa ebetimi aka omo ye ba be last adwuma na ye de apon. I'll be back. say the Mako who Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic no. Me who crave me say enunti no manya award wa. Eye world best. Obian transe Emma Dumpem ya de ka say anase mo boya de enkan to dem bio.
Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Esa nyarwan te say ne ekuro etu no ne enka ewo nanum. Oba na be mo pa wo. Ene enyarwan kaye.
Nansi ma me ka say ene spinal cord ho eka ye no. Greenfield adoromenti ene wasa so de gina na so ebiem.
Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Our ultra-modern laboratory and a diagnostic machine, sir. I should share the pedia mu ankasa. Greenfield Scientific Herbal Clinic. Our Nungwa Dogon, Estate Junction, last stop. Frewa 0243 983 906 and 0261 651 898.
Greenfield.
God is our healer.
Greenfield.
Your last stop.
Samsung, Mama Batan Bra. Hey, no one on origin to ye. And now when I wash a school some dria. What's our fee? I wonder what fee JH look for SHS1. Bet sniff your sharp papa. Oh, he answer. See us some doughy. St. Andrews SHS for sale. Some from the resource in Bampa. When you're what there? What before be? What's that SHS1 that waiting result? Then you need an index number, Baba. The true resource in the bar. That's our bachelor. Number will be in Smith. Aha, private school, eh? St. Andrews SHS. Or your grade A private school. And you will be able to school. And you go school or what? And when you're so home, but from open over SHS2, and SHS3. Nasafi nor be SHS1. None resource in Bain Park. Let's see. One boarding house or what? Oh, yeah, corner there. Teachers not so forcible from him was yarding. Or pass what's easy. A better will be a general arts, business, economics, agri, general science, visual art. St. Andrews, and men campus who are sinful. Wakra Hadzi, you will test it cheaply. Last off, 0244 696911. St. Andrews SHS, we are always in the lead.
Hey. When we send your police in your draw, Imbusaba Mesa Amama Huadin.
Refuse to grow, and young offense were back.
And what day immune system or Yankopon, and you're ready for Musa Waya Hubano, and Nasa Wunum Imbusaba Mesa, a Peja immune system Nabribia. Ya Yadiantimu. Sasa dear, a month for the one, the Imbusaba Mesa, Dronua dance yes, and Yarwa who ran Nipa and Nina Etimi Banaso, and in Yarwa Cassian Kaya Wutini D and a whole car. Now was showing you know, a boy who buy every home. And now I'm pa, one dada, no monum doctor and Rono, and no imbusaba mesanoa, and more who are deep in tea. Ya womuntum pose, Yaria Eshomo. Imbusaba mesa, a walk crazy, and you are may move bia your toe in row. At to 0246 20 8496. FDA, Ashisha said, Jedi and Crack to Imagia to Musay.
Obeda, Korakoram Kota, and Manos Den Cry. Tabia Takum, Weddy, and Memma, you don't know, and me and Yahuade, and Yahuade, I am Memedro, and Nutina Burma be a Hebino, and to 4 any. And you'll be a pretty good Tombia, and chemical shops, pharmaceuticals, and the herbal shops beer. I was gonna have no beer. And I said, Fraying, I was 0243 686861 and 0245 749206. Sankatwe, FDA Fajatu, Kaise, Tabia Takumia, Bembe Bia Takum.
Not recommended for lactating mothers, pregnant women, and children under 15.
Lincoln Professional Institute, a school pongbia, yetra odisua bibia de, emana adwene mu ebobe programs ayeyeno, baako any advanced business certificate examinations, ABCE, emuno courses aye offer a diploma in business administration, diploma information technology, IT, nye tosue being a general business certificate examinations, a GBCE, saranso ne classes for wasi, esan ye wasi remedials, enti osuku dibia wentwa ne wasi in social betumi aba abeye wase remedials ewo ye ngasoye asem de ne say ye waye biometric registration nyina wa ha mfi ha nkwa bia ye be bribia ma wo genew emfaso a ewo ABCE ene GBCE programs ayeye no ema wakwenya ema wunya admission eco level 200 ewo university bia ubenya nimdia wiase nyina agya atuma efata say wubetwa won sohwe Lincoln Professional Institute de ye wa akyerɛkyerɛfo anwa adwene mu abɔbe wa wonim de ye school fees de eye fofofo ye send gyina mu bua ma wunya admission wo university ye ma wo free career guidance and academic counseling ye wo hostel facility mamia ne merema ne boyefo enti baabi a odi wuti beto de enwene hu bio Lincoln Professional Institute ewo Madina Rolling Circle Accra inkyerɛkyerɛ mu bia afrɛyɛn 0243 530 917 ana 0241 240 688 and 0576 046 421.
Police in Yadro, Imbusaba Mesa, Amama Huaden.
Refuse to grow, any offense swabek.
And what day immune system or Yankopon, and you're ready for Yadmusa Moyahubano, and Nasa Wunum Imbusaba Mesa, a Peja immune system Nabribia, Yadiantimu. So say, dear, a month for to draw one, the Imbusaba Mesa, Drodon dance yes, and Yarwa who ran Nipa and Nina Etimi Banaso, and in Yarwa Cassian Kaya Wutini D and a whole car. No, Yamwa suing no, a way of buying every home. And now one pa, one dada, no monum doctor in Rono, and no Imbusaba Mesanoa, and more who are deep in tea. Ya woman timpose, Yaria Esomo. Imbusaba Mesa, a walk Kashi, and you are may move Bia Yato in row, at to 0246 20 8496. MDA, Ashisha said, Jedi and Kratui, what Yatu say, ye.
All right, so live on Accra 100.5. Yes, yeah, baby. Star 413 hash. Star 413 hash. No abomode. Okay, so yenkotie ora Alan Chematin, and I think I don't know whether a direct response to ora Kofi Bentel.
Mahmoud Bawumia is the vice president. He has had all the opportunity working with the president to do whatever he can do for this country. And let me be very, very fair to the sitting president. The sitting president has been fair to the vice president. He's giving him all the opportunity to run this country. The man is tired. There's nothing new he can do. And that's a fact. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is the vice president. He has had all the opportunity working with the president to do whatever he can do for this country. And let me be very, very fair to the sitting president. The sitting president has been fair to the vice president. He's giving him all the opportunity to run this country. The man is tired. There's nothing new he can do. And that's a fact. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is the vice president. He has had all the opportunity working with the president to do whatever he can do for this country. And let me be very, very fair to the sitting president. The sitting president has been fair to the vice president. He's giving him all the opportunity.
Last response of the man, Ghana for, and I think I have it here, and let me just read through it quickly.
I'm reading something here.
Yeah.
I resign
as national organizer.
I don't know.
It could be fake.
Oh, they be source with the correct source, and yeah,
sir.
Yeah, source with the very correct.
Okay. Mon check me here. But I resign on what?
I must how can was an was.
We do have
and I just saw it. There's no information, so I don't know whether a fake news. Maybe as I say for the
Anyway, so Ghana for response and quick one. I say my earlier post elicited a lot of responses. Many say that they tried this government and it failed them, and so they want to do another trial. The same people are advocating for someone who earlier failed and was rejected. It is amazing that they can't see the huge contradiction. That position is illogical when they advocate for JM. You tried JM and Nanado and you claim they failed. DMB has not been tried and he has not failed as president. So that logic falls flat. By the trial logic, the person left is DMB. If you are not to return to the certified proven failure, then only DMB is qualified. I'm simply saying, give the man a fair hearing. He is not Nanado, and he has been the best VIP in Ghana's history. In life, we move forward, don't go back, especially to what you tried and failed when you have a fresh choice. For me, even if I'll make a mistake, I'll make it going forward and not backward. Okay, so Shalom. This one is coming from Obia sent me a message say Nanabi I resign because of the emission tax he was talking about, that the government should withdraw and all that. But yamra back to this matter. Listen, mame mona mane Edgar Baba Biwi. So Alan Martin has waded into this conversation on social media and other places. Is going on COVID and ignite adeno and amount for ATSM said, look, we won't allow you to do a nano bill. But this is Alan Martin's position, that Baumia is just tired. Wabre eso jadi no no ko pebe bitna.
Kwara de di kan na wo se ye nyina ye din kan hu se wo ye adwuma na ebi adwuma no in the course of activity no obra yehu Baumia onye adwuma bia ena wabre. He has nothing to offer. I'm surprised Alan is saying say Baumia abre adwuma be na waye. What I say onye adwuma bia enti no I think say he has been very charitable, considering maybe bia on ne wa bamu ne bia Alan na won said that mpe nyoma bi enti bia na he's just been economical with the truth. Baumia a free ada obeye running mate in 2008 eba ya bepim 2016 eno no metimi aka say 2014 15 16 ho no ena o started say oye bibi amagana fuwa agina tum say he can be a politician. Ena o started say oye public lectures. I think say after public lectures now you know onye adwuma bia da we are paying him money for no work done.
Okay, so
he has been the most lazy vice president Ghana.
Member back to you, but lawyer Martin Pebu one Professor Jampo Tama Confidential Kofa issue ni by no, they also waded in and now conversation lawyer Akwaba Council Boko there.
I'm not more.
Yeah, the radio say. Minim say Confidential come out di no utisi mu Professor Jampo num so ba mu me ready motos near the but no anwumre o ma more response ansana o kwa say obeye minim say who ni response no a.
Okay, but me quite you katra but me responded directly to Bento.
Yeah.
I've been talking about Baumia anyway.
Yeah.
I can't say da. But Bento, don't know specifically, and me call a XYZ TV. You can vice president what and say on Buhuti on board number. But I wasn't subscribed talking about Bentel, but for the America, are fine. It's okay. Now Bentel is my good friend.
Yes, and yeah, also
very good.
No, one direct, no.
I mean, I say media, you better come and friendship won't come in because
Anyway. Now, the response no to one more woman in Yadjini, not directly at you, or more woman in Yadjini, and but Nami Busasa one who a response on the by, and it's still on Dr. Baumia that Dr. Baumia won't fail, won't need president that. Akufo-Addo fail, John Mahama fail, but say Akufo-Addo fail, Baumia fail. That is his argument.
It's serious. Lawyer Benson. Oh, me, I'm a lawyer. I'm a lawyer. I did make an appointment to a peace FM. That I may hear Jumada with the radio. So, and I'm working came with the prat, no, I'm a fakam. Now, will be ditching, say, one casa, and you read the portion, nature and view. I had an aconia, not aconia ditching, say, Bentel and casa. I'm ready, whole quick prat, me ready, who be in Chireno. Then I know that hope is no. Listen, I didn't yet, to be honest, do Bentel is my lawyer, and the S3. So sometimes, no, we don't have to go on and on and on. It's obvious. Say, Nassimo, okay, we and Tasum. So sometimes we don't need to, spend so much time on it. It's so clear. That's not about me, Katampuni. Only, we are be organ ahead him, say, they did Baumiano Kufuadu. Omodi enhwamo papa sisi omobusua na aye kata ahwehwe ne proye na aye omomma omunyina tina kene Japan aka se omukwa omowie sika sa Akufo-Addo appointees this government, so it includes Baumia omunyina kene Japan, so omunyina omowie sika dia akosha abrochiri as if there is no tomorrow. Japan said it, they are stealing money and stashing it abroad like there is no tomorrow. Well, better say Baumia has not been involved in this government. It's not true. A friend is saying, one video now, Koran, Ubehu, Yaosafo, or Presi Baumia, or Baumia, or Jumatan. He's in charge of the economic management team, and the economic management team, so initially, mobile IMF programs, na Abwa economy, IMF program na. JM coin, that's the 16th one. No, also, yeah, IMF program now much children on Sunday na at the discipline back into 2017-2018. A boy, who saw Safuma Fujina video, no, see Baumia or Pujima Pana, Yembo Semumano. So, quite clearly, the deal, even before Safuma said it, Baumia is always say he's involved. Into Bentu Kokasi and tested Baumia and Obwa because. For video, no. Me too. Maybe one with that video, no.
Yeah, Mashebi.
Yeah, you see Safumafu saying that when both some Baumia no Pujima Pan on the or your midfield liberal ball or both position bia or say he's so professional, he's secretary, he's that normally to me on your hand time on your who say or vice president or so they be very down to earth, playing different roles. Internet says all the bad football one or your midfield liberal. Into on the liberal. Oh, so because he interested about me, then that would be false because they said he was very instrumental in 2017-2018. So certainly, economy no better to some and so and apart from that, the 26 lies and misrepresentations by Baumia, may Sadi Ubine Etroy said would be I don't know, the last time I made studio. See, I can come.
Yeah.
And also, Besi Zongo, secondary school, so Zongo, and I only knew I recently, when we said, and no, and on my side, they see two Zongo, two secondary schools. Oh, so that they are on the cafe, or my shaft, and I never go acquaint for the red. Science, I recently, oh, say, Kaya, more into a moment election, a banning who be said, Omonia 2B or Madina. Obi a mobile 7 years, 1 year, 8 years, Lumina, why 2? And the answer office or Ben said, promises no more for full yeno, or better me, no, I ain't a club into a choir, or see, Kaya, you see 2 hostels into a Yamagu acquaintance for the rest. Zongo, secondary schools, and some Kasombe secondary schools, or Zongo's move for all the regions, right? And also, yes, I 2. after the omunyansa omunyano no say bibiano omunsa bibi kakra nko choki all of the promises no metimi enya ho aka say omugusu is work in progress. Oh, but the way there no, it's so clear, but anyway, you be enye unless
e ka ba fie
na David way there kwa no
but council yeah, that's bebre anyway.
And that's it.
Okay, all right, so that's it. I'm back to the studio. Little Bonopo, we nominate Ganyu.
Nti kwabena me kire say Alan has been very charitable and very economical with the truth.
Oh, but you beat me aka.
Oh no, but it's not fair say baby Alan Odinama Yosemo Kwakudru ya say no or the leader of the movement for change. A radical group na or behave to say also for original popitanim trying to mesmerize the audience. I don't think it's right. No, I was saying Nipano, who can't send yet here. Bawumia is a very, very, very lazy man. And Busani made sir Tembiano or ye chew and poor type. What you say? And yes, I was being, but exams no. I say the examination, as they have always said, favors fools. And he's able to pass it. But sending dear pa dear. I'm sure you know one of his mates are Madam Fo. Or say Bawumia nye obia oye scholar wabeng debi. And me hwani ne na say mpempi no nipa a oye braggart no. Say oka asem no a ono ankasa ne gestures no kura timi hu say I say or brag ebi kura na owo car but otimi say dwana num say me aeroplane even though car no kura pon ye piansa na ajeso what you say
ona walk
the way na Bawumia be dwana num as a lecturer. And you know what got people swindled and made people feel say he had something to offer no. And then a new beam, because myself, like I said yesterday, it was a novelty. Say a vice presidential candidate, one mounted platform, trying to, be very practical with the theories, and what terms are a year propounded by, persons in economics are or more enim what it takes, to mend the wounds at that time. And on my aphorisms, baby. For example, if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you and all. So many of them. Only for him to become vice president. And he say, okay. Akufo-Addo na kwa na beka say Bawumia. The Nyankopon de wiase nyansa nyina se ni trim.
Oh, ayi.
Na o ka no. Na nani da so nyina ne Bawumia. And you could feel it in his voice. In fact, Ubeka say even as candidate Akufo-Addo no or introduce Bawumia say the economic woes of this country, because of Bawumia, it will come to an end. Then you come and you woefully fail, you perform abysmally. And then the word economic, it has become a difficulty. Say Bawumia, betimiaka economy. And now quickly, what Ganya ko say, your friend is saying, digitization echi. And now you see adia nya una de bae no. And ye difficult so bit me defend it. According to say wo ye o doctorate na obi atwe thesis amount. Na afi ye si be defend it. Na nipa kro na o twe thesis amount no Nyankopon atonsa afre no. Oni wiase biem. And
ka ba fie
wa kire wo de e wo kwa wo se wo ka. Entina how do you defend your thesis? What you say? So Bawumia no enkofo na tro sa lectures ni nyina ma no na okodwa nanum ena sa nkofo no ebi ni wiase it say no how does he defend his thesis no oba aban mu no wantimi and defend the thesis na kansam bebrebe a wo kan ye no enya John Mahama IMF okọ ya enka the first 2 years of Akufo-Addo Bawumia regime no ekomu hu baby omo famfa enu na suso omumu when IMF eyi ni say free economy no afi no on animguase e be kan ene motimi akwa ma the most ridiculous one cry e ba ya just say me hu how a government can just stoop this very lowest lower bar na to its barest say Russia now no ya only Ukraine for kontokwa no omo economy no look at the economic indices and the indicators no hwe baby omo economy no omo ya to bomb wo mu kuro mu no hwe baby omo economy indicators no ejinejina na ya de etino Alan should tell it as it is. He should be able to tell it as it is. Bawumia is a very lazy man. It's not as if he went to work and he has fatigue after working. He has not worked. He's only drawing salaries for no work done. For no work done. Obi ntimi nkyerɛ me adwuma Bawumia yɛ baako pɛ. Untimi nkyerɛ me. Because nkyerɛ me a mɛkyerɛ baabi free. Everything digitalization and digitalization John Mahama and I want the credit for it. On the dimmy baby na make asabaye. Ono na your friend is saying or lay the first fiber optics in this country. Ono they see digital center, on they see data center. Entino bam time and a Uber bag Ghana ha. Adie na odi be boy ekro no ba omi ade be boy ekro no. Say wodo na aye Ghana Post GPS ne oka say we were leaf flogging na den no. Sa nyoma na okeka ni nyina no. Se nya Mahama enka sa de no nka mai Uber Mahama time na 2015 na amanfo Uber me use Uber me kwam kotobi mankofo Mahama time ana omo ba ye Uber o Ghana entidie na omo de fa so fa nkofo ko baabi fane say Bawumia na de bae edi Mahama time no Uber no omo nam nkofo fi no mbokokoko were we not using the app and was it not GPS? You see how Bawumia is a criminal. He can just use words. And you see, when you have persons that are able to swindle you with raps, Bawumia say okogers or benya gas pa onim rap. But one any beko okoshe dem a ontimi nyehu. Aji so kobusa sewa. And aji so kobusa sewa. Me dia menko. But Bento there, Kofi Bento there, me no, I think say the least I discuss him, the better for me because I don't discuss such persons. You have a right to choice. No, me, I have said it to myself. Say I will always make sure my brain works effectively before I make a choice. There are people who don't find the need to apply their IQs. The people so IQ will low. Obi oha odwen ansa no aye bibi me no obi also okoye wie ansa no akofia kodwen ho. I think the latter is a big thing that can happen, can create a mess in a life. Or on a right to choice also ope Bawumia me kura me hu na ose Bawumia kakra in terms of their reasoning, their life and behavior ose Bawumia. They are not surprised, but to tell me say yen so Bawumia hwe de it's the big lie, a big fat lie. That's all I hear. As far ye gusu kra ye so ne hwe anyway I so hwe no wa fairly. John Mahama was vice before becoming president. John Mahama could not even as president beat his own record as vice when he was the economic management team head. Sir, economic indicators are John Mahama in terms of inflation, GDP growth and all that, as vice president, when will be what? Fourth Republic, when will be that? And what be a president? And amo when you Akufo-Addo sika Ghana for the mamu some femu man John Mahama okoji loans nkwa 54 billion 54 billion no Ghana for ebetimi de omo nsa kyerɛkyerɛ nneoma bebrebe so ye yemfa so de
Akufo-Addo ane Bawumia omo nkyerɛ yɛn efiri your friend is saying 2017 till date. They cannot even account for 10% of money they have accrued. They cannot. Whopa, after saying Omefra Bemuno, yeah, national audit from 2017 to 2025 January 7. Yeah, national audit. Near her say, a new man who for the Nuba Bemu, now my year. How much did it cost Ghana? It will not accrue to 10% of Sika Akudi Omo. Criminals in government. Then you, Kofi Bentel, you think you can fool us because you look in our eyes and faces and you think you see fools. This time, Kwasieniate, Agroni Begu, and then no monam. So solicited for views, me wa. Yeah, and that's the first time our politician be yes, I think the first time na yeba in democracy, the constitution framers of the constitution went round like that, soliciting for market women and all those their views and to just get a constitution for Ghana. They went round. They say Mahama is going round. But we had yes, we are Mackenzie for no South Africa for no much on the manifesto man. Yeah, channel. Or match the obey. Anyway, this time down balls. And the obey. Ni na yen senyansa wo mu a e be di akire senyansa ni mu a ye beka. Anyway, but Edgar, na obi send me message e wa say no busa me. Because and na me ni one MPP communicator engagement on Facebook. And I'll catch them say vice president office no. Like Kofi Bent argument no. Vice president office na your office bia or I won't be in function and all that. And I may be saying nipa say entina omunim saa na questions no a ba omiade koma misata as vice president onya no economic no questions no now say misata enya no in what capacity if onim say as a vice president your office doesn't matter, you doesn't come into anything, it's of no use. Inti na omo esre park as misata as vice president no. Na ya. I don't know. Anyway, Yango.
You see, one of your biggest problems is Ghanaians are gullible. Big gullible. Just I say, yeah, said yeah, new my a year a fan, and tina politicians, don't always ride us. Said yeah, we allow our brains to function. Yeah, whole type of politicians na yenyano, and don't always ride us. I feel so. And you may be or ya na yede ya so ya fuafwan ya maninya grounds. But then quite a number of the issues that we waste the airspace on are totally unnecessary. But as someone says that is how the Ghanaian is. So you have to play it for the Ghanaian. Into Berkshire politics they bia politics as a man can. You know what? I don't think it's some of these issues. Like I keep saying, they don't merit discussion. One, Obi as an individual, and or say, or prefer Bawumia to John Mahama or Akufo-Addo. Because Onufu say these two people have had a chance. We know only a chance. And you feel say we back obetumi IBB. That is the person's opinion. Do we need to spend time debating it? You don't have to spend time debating it. Obi Sobekana say, yes, John Mahama came to power. he's seen whatever went wrong. He wants to come and right the wrongs. That is somebody's opinion. Do we debate it? The problem is that we are going to the polls. Come either December or November, yeko polls. Yeko koto aba. Yeko kochusu who will be our next leader. Okay? Because Akufo-Addo we win 8. At the cry what dream na what they call your friend is saying. You know, your friend saying box reference saying boot no. The what dream at the call no. It is up to you. At the end of the day, you can't abana the way the first no say wafa. The OD second no best back again. That's another matter. Into people's opinions about issues, no. I don't think it's worth wasting time discussing, because everybody has an opinion about something. Everyone has an opinion about something. Asama Alan Ekano, or no Alan, he's been with Baumia for what, almost 7 years or something. They all work together under the same government.
Yeah.
And he was also a member of the EMT. Alan was a member of the EMT.
Yes.
Yes. And no say, well, knowing who the man is, no. Won't feel say the man has any your friends say thing to offer. Fine. That is what he sees, right? Obisu Jinan. You see, I was asking a question the other day, collectively, collectively. I want to say, Alan, you are part of the economic management team.
Mm-hmm.
Do you hold yourself also responsible for the mess in the country?
My busa question we are bare 1,000 times.
Because you're also part of it. Collectively, you all took the decision.
Yeah, cabinet minister.
You see, collectively, you took the decision. And it is not about because a media name in Peniso, but do wanna say yeah Peniso and I say. Those kind of arguments, they don't, your friends, come in. I was going to say, Asama initially near came, NDC guys decided that they will vote against something. MPP people use their numbers to vote them out. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, you say a parliament. Yeah. You say a parliament na pass it. That is the decision.
So to against
parliament na aye. So what he said down and say is he is part of the economic mess and now you want to shift the blame. So some of these things no. But then you see one of the funny things you say woman is you see the economic management team no. I quite to say how do you call it a cabinet. Okay? I quite to say cabinet. Cabinet on its own cannot do anything without the approval of the president, because cabinet is actually assisting the president. Well, no, cabinet no. Woman Jumani said one more assist the president in help decision making, blah blah blah. But then the final thing is in the hands of the president. The same thing, the economic management team. No. You are like a sidekick of the president. Into whatever you do, no. At the end of the day, the president must give his approval to it and say, I want it this way or I don't want it that way. And don't forget that there have been few times our president Nankasa Ayede at chair economic management meetings. He himself has chaired the meetings.
Yeah.
Well, no. Into some of these things, no. When you are discussing them now, I feel say maybe we do them for academic exercises. But the bottom line is boot na for air communal, right? As Baumia himself said sometime, the economy is how you feel in your pocket. The economy,
yeah,
how you feel in your pocket. How you feel as an individual living in Ghana, so you have that choice. So Uji this Baumia ebeba no obabe ni ya, it is up to you. If you feel Baumia should get out and JDM should come now, it's up to you. So mumi enu na antenase na afafranto imraso is up to you. But some of these, like I say, arguments here and there, it's just waste of breath and time.
But Edgar, I think such conversations also help us to take decisions. It shapes our minor thinking. That is why across the world we talk about personalities, political personalities. What can they do? We discuss it. Where I challenge with Kofi Benton. Me write up no. Se Kofi Benton di shemu say, Baumia ye say. Then we can tackle the policies.
That is what I'm saying.
Then we can discuss it.
That is the point I'm making, and I made earlier that you see that is your opinion.
Yes.
So, and I'm saying so. I don't need to debate your opinion. Okay. Say eye adie na ye dia to ho na ye ka say they taking a decision on something now. That is when we can get into a debate. All right. Ebia ye kwa koye ejuma bi. There's something for us to do. How do we approach it? What are the things that we have to do? That one we can get into a debate. But opinion in here, that is opinion. If you debate it, whatever it is, like I'm saying, it's just an academic exercise. It doesn't go anywhere, right? As you rightly said, you would have wished they say, and ka oma certain indicators, ka oma certain targets. Now, onka say, the reason why I prefer Baumia over this person, no, is X, Y, Z. Say the meaning so air canon, no. Senka ode no two table this wa, or no so be he or in so no the metrics. And I just had it, yo. Or no so be in the metrics at all. Now I can say, okay, during the what was the inflation at that time? What were the interest rates at that time? What was the unemployment rates at that time? What was this? Said there who came 54 million, 54 billion, Mahama Kokofa by XYZ to 3 the year anyway. Also 300 and something Akofa by then I would the year. You know, when you come up with those specifics now, then there's something that you can debate on, right? But if you just make an opinion, say, I prefer this one, I mean, that's nothing to waste time debating on. That's just a complaint. If what the barber two table,
because I agree with you also on the point. Say Kofi tactfully ran away from discussing the standards. He said, "You so onwa oni hweka o se ba omi aye adwuma pa adwuma ben wanka." So I agree with you, except to say in the body politics now, you know, there are people whose opinions play a major role, or sometimes it could be negative or positive in the minds of many others.
That's what I'm saying. And also, I say Ghanaians are gullible.
Yes.
So but
knowing
then
how Ghanaians behave, we don't allow some of these things to slide.
No, your friend is saying, how is it floating voters was a discerning? Because you see, the problem is that the MPP man is the MPP man, okay? No matter what it is, or MPP man. The NDC man is the NDC man. No matter what it is, he's the NDC man. So if, let's say, NDC has 7 million people, MPP has 7 million people, omu na beto aba mo na ebia 500,000 bi na eshemu no wom no betre who the winner comes. So those are the people who are not gullible. Those are the people who are very smart and discerning. They are the people who can make that difference. Because I don't see how ubetumi akwa go jina bonsomtwe bantuma and go and convince them that NDC is better than NPP. I don't see how you can go and sign a K2 South, North Tongue, to tell them that NPP is better than NDC. It wouldn't work. Okay?
Yes,
so definitely you have that slim thing. They are the people who make and not make. So Woman no mukra power no. But as to say,
but would you also agree with me, say?
Yeah.
Even those that float, no.
Yeah.
The swing voters, no.
Yeah.
They may have to have some basis. Now, what him say? People are able to swindle people
naturally.
Say, knowing you, and then, I will see you tilt towards maybe the Nkrumah ideology more.
I don't believe in any of those things.
Now,
my position is very simple. I don't believe in MPP ideology, CPP ideology. I don't believe in any of those things.
Yes.
Let life be comfortable for the ordinary man. You have been given a mandate to govern.
Yes.
Okay. Governance is not about being, a friend saying, having degrees and qualifications and what have you, right? There is something known as intelligence, right? You can be an economist, you can be a lawyer, you can be what. If you are not intelligent, you can never govern.
Yeah.
Intelligence involves a lot of applying knowledge, wisdom, skills to understanding so many things. Yeah. When you are making decisions, you have to do a whole lot of reflection, looking at let me just digress a little, tell you something funny. My friend was giving my madam for being a man, your friend's a national service job.
Yeah.
Yes, your uncle, your friend's in Kranza whole baby. Ni pay ye did or so money in Kohona, then same baby. And I said, one of the mistakes you are making. One of the mistakes you are making is the fact that you want this your boy to be in a responsible position. But to being in that responsible position, he's never had a feel of knowing what it takes to live outside his normal Accra business. Now, if such a person is going to take a decision for the whole country, or no area, see, he doesn't know the culture of the people. Exactly. So you see, intelligence is something that is very huge when you are talking. It has nothing to do with your degrees and your titles and your professorship and your chartership and all that. Well, no. The dynamic, you see, dynamism. These are things that you want to look out for and want to bring out someone who has what it takes to do that thing.
Anyway, I think my time is up. So the issue about policies and what's now, yes, about me, whether lectures.
Well, my expectation is and conform some more market ne theories I have church books no it's no ba be ka biem. My expectation so ne say make any statement be a progressive,
but at least you talk about the economy and what he can do to
exam will be, but the ebesa Ghana for so crab yembe show money say echna he will begin to paint Akufo-Addo black.
Aya heba industry so obodi aya man go, aya firm, aya men flow, aya men vital, and aya slim and aba wanyi bia wayo ho atongo in heaven there is no beer.